The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers,
You pig!
damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Thunderdome. It's Championship Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024. This sports program starts now.
Sports!
Are happening. I'm supposed to be jacked up. I'm supposed to be zeked up. WrestleMania is this weekend, okay? It's about to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. We got the NIT Championship coming on. Rob Avila, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Rob Wave, Larry Blurred, Stephon Blurry will be joining us in the third hour. He's about to win a championship. I'm supposed to be happy for him.
Let's go.
Caitlin Clark just put up 41 points. She's moving along. We talked to Coach Lisa Bluter yesterday. I'm supposed to be jacked up about the women's March Madness having all the superstars still left.
Yeah?
The men's March Madness tournament, DJ BJ, I didn't even know this guy existed.
Legend.
I love everything about him. Zach Edey, 7'10", he's out there doing it. Oh, yeah, and we're talking to Coach Dan Hurley of UConn in the second hour. The men's March Madness is awesome. I'm supposed to be jacked up.
That's right.
Let's go. How could you not be? Good day.
Championship Wednesday, why is that? Well, we have a national champion on in the second hour in Dan Hurley, and also, seems like there's a team doing everything it possibly can to get a championship.
What?
Yeah.
A little bit too excited there out of Pac-Man's voice. A lot of giggling around town, seems like, at my expense on the internet.
Love it.
The Houston Texans have traded for Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills. Yes, the Houston Texans of the AFC South. The Houston Texans that were supposed to be a dumpster fire for at least another decade or two. The Houston Texans that people were calling a UFL team about a year and a half ago. The Houston Texans that had Jack Easterby calling shots not too long ago. The team that was supposed to suck forever in the AFC South. The team that was supposed to be a cute story with great uniforms.
Yeah. Great.
The team that's never won a Super Bowl. One of only 4 teams in the NFL that haven't done as such. They were supposed to be a cute story forever and suck in the AFC South as the Indianapolis Colts come marching back into relevance in an AFC that is absolutely stacked. But what happened? Oh, they hired DeMeco Ryans. What's he? Well, he seems to be the greatest coach of all time.
Perfect.
Happy, jolly, successful everywhere. Former player, so he understands it, but he holds everybody accountable so the building shows up on time and does things the right way. Nick Caserio, this guy's supposed to be a doofus.
Yeah.
He was wearing a headset during games.
That's right.
Remember this GM thought he was calling plays. Shut up, dude.
Idiot.
You're dumb. That's what he was supposed to be. He's also under the Bill Belichick tree, so he sucks.
Well,
that's what I've heard.
That's what
GM was supposed to stink. Head coach never been a head coach before. Dumpster fire was supposed to continue to be on fire. Not even a fire, just a dumpster. Not even a spectacle, just a bland metal barrel of shit what Houston Texans are supposed to be.
That's right.
for years.
And they draft C.J. Stroud, number 2 overall pick. Not the best quarterback in the draft class. Number 2 overall pick.
Yep.
He's still going to be available too. Don't you worry. Hold your horses, Houston. This guy who's tall, seemingly incredibly charming, smart, high football IQ, and can put a ball into a dartboard like Luke Littler does with darts in England. And they get Will Anderson. What's he? Well, he's great.
Yeah,
of course he is.
real good.
Nico, there's no Nico in the NFL. Nico, that's a wrestling name.
Yeah, it is.
Nico. 75-yard touchdown in the AFC South Championship game.
First play
of the game. Whew. They got weapons. They got a culture. They got a team. And now they add another number 1 wide receiver to their team. Oh, their offense won't be able to do it. Well, yeah. Bobby is a wizard at calling plays. Somehow he doesn't get a head coaching job. In years past, if somebody was to do with what Bobby Slocum did with the Houston Texans offense with a rookie, the greatest rookie quarterback season of all time in C.J. Stroud. In any other year of head coaching cycle, 7 of them, 8 of them, Bill Belichick couldn't get a job.
That's right.
This guy is out of our division. He's a head coach at a terrible football team somewhere.
For sure.
Instead, he's back.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud's back.
Bud.
Run game that is phenomenal is back. Balance is back. Moxie is back. And that guy gets added to the team for a second rounder next year.
Yep.
Not even this year.
What?
A second rounder next year. Houston Texans pick up a 5th and 6th rounder, which we assume Casario will turn into an all-pro as well.
Definitely.
The Houston Texans are a wagon, and the Buffalo Bills appear to be potentially still opening up more room while also moving on from a potential conversation that they've had to have every single offseason seemingly for the last 3 years. If you do recall, there was some fashion shows and some comments made, then a return, then an exit, then a no-show at practice. He was in the building. He was not in the building. Coach McDermott, are you worried about Stephon Diggs? Yeah, I'm concerned, he says in a press conference in the offseason. It's like, wow, there must be real problems over there. And then he would display his emotion through his photos that he was posting, one of which he was wearing a shin guard on it.
Just one.
And he was like, this is how I talk through my fashion and my photos. It's like, well, this guy's sick of getting hit on his shins. That's why he's wearing a shin guard in this high fashion photo. And then just last night, and they patched those things up, obviously he had a season. Towards the end, it wasn't as great as maybe it was at the beginning. But then just last night on Twitter, I think what potentially pushed, and this is no inside information at all, this is me just being incredibly pissed off about the whole situation.
Of course.
Second rounder, we need a weapon too here in Indianapolis. Second round, we could throw a second rounder. Right? Can't we toss a couple second rounders?
Be easy.
Houston Texans has tossed the second rounders. We made a little bit of an arm.
Yeah, this year you could have thrown.
And we're getting a 5th and a 6th. Come on, I thought, instead it's Houston Texans. Why though? Potentially because RG3, who is a prolific ex-user.
Yeah, statue.
Lot of activity. People have been investigating the activity, saying, where's this coming from?
Yeah.
Got a demo.
Big time.
For sure.
Got a lot of personality, very active on there. He questions in a video that was linked to, which very rarely do people actually hit the links in tweets.
Correct.
People are a lazy bunch.
Yep.
That is just how it goes. So you're asking me to go somewhere else. I want to go see it. Okay, I'm here.
Leave
so I'm
this
like,
out?
doing
Thanks.
it. But standard promotional move. We do it. Everybody does it. So he's promoting something that was of a grander video.
Yes.
So we don't know what the whole video entails. That could have been a very long one. But we do know the topic was, is Stephon Diggs essential to Josh Allen's success? Then the peaky pirate, this son of a bitch, he comes in. Because if he doesn't say this, I don't think...
Now he's probably still a bit.
I don't think any of this. I don't think the Houston Texans had Stephon Diggs today for a second rounder. So the peaky pirate, you got a peaky problem, and that's with me. Peaky Pat is pissed off at you, pal. Does Josh benefit from having a top-tier receiver? Yes. Is he essential to his success? No. Stephon Diggs replies to the fuck.
Hey, makes sense.
Knew that was coming. Knew that was coming.
I did. I went.
Yes, he
No.
did.
I went. I
Yes,
did.
he
It was
did.
good alliteration, though, before that.
It was.
Thank you. P words are tough.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs responded, though, to the peaky pirate. You sure? So Brandon Bean was sleeping.
Yeah.
Brandon Bean in that Buffalo Bills building wake up. They open their X app, maybe on the morning grumpy. What's going on today? Diggs is trending. Well, might be his brother, maybe his
Tone.
nephew.
Yeah.
Him or Dahn.
Cutie, maybe it's Tone Diggs. Just did 2 G's.
Will never be that.
Maybe one day you might say something incredibly dumb.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
That will happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Now that we reconsider. Nope, it's Stephon Diggs. What's he go? You sure Josh will be shit without me? Okay. Why do we got to deal with this every offseason?
Uh-oh.
Why is this going to happen? Everybody's sitting in the building. They're like, we're trying to prepare for a draft, try to get another weapon, maybe free some things up for Stephon Diggs. And the end of the year didn't go as good as it went that we were hoping it would be. And now he's asking, hey, you think Josh will be good without Stephon Diggs? All right, enough. Maybe. We don't know if that's the case. We did reach out to the Buffalo Bills. Believe me.
Had to.
We reached out to the Buffalo Bills organization. You still doing that 16-foot bison thing? Huh? We think that's crap. And also, why the AFC South? Could you not have sent him anywhere else for a second rounder? I think there's a nice combination of things happening here. A nice refresh for Stephon Diggs. We have no idea if Brandon Bean and the team saw the tweet and were like, why is this even happening? You follow that up with, a few months back, his brother was tweeting about it.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a lot of things said in the fact. It's just, they're moving on. And now who knows what the Bills are going to do. I assume they have some sort of plan. But the Houston Texans, we all believe, got much better today, especially with Diggs going to be trying to reprove himself in a new situation. So,
sure.
Congrats to the Texans. Congrats to the Bills, obviously.
Good work, Texans.
Bills are happy, too. Seems like everybody's happy for him, Doug. Talks the tables here. At Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. I'm about done. with all the the laughing in my face.
No.
Yeah, you have all day.
The laughing's not
All
stopping.
day, Connor.
The well has nothing to do with the Colts, but you said the Bills are probably happy. I know right now, Bills Nation, Bills Mafia, they're just crumbling at the seams. I mean, you can feel it all the way in Indiana, what's going on in Buffalo right now. I assume if you reach out to Sal Capaccio, there's a chance that Sal says, yeah, I got some calls today. And a lot of people weren't saying what they were saying about their offseason moves, which was, hey, this was necessary. I'm sure a lot of people are saying today, what the hell happened? How did we go from the guy that was catching 120 balls, had 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns? How did we go from that?
That's what's going on.
The success that they had together. Yeah, that's what's going to Houston. That's what.
Just continue your thought.
Well, but how did they go from that to this? Like it all crumbled so.
What were you going to
fast.
say? You were going to say sorry to the Colts? Yeah, we got a bad.
No, I was going to say at least the Colts paid a corner that can go on the outside and cover Stephon Diggs. There's no worries about that whatsoever. And but once again, he's a nickel. Well,
fine.
Diggs plays in the slot.
When Diggs goes to the slot. Yeah, they got a first-round pick still.
But safety here.
Yeah, but Buffalo loses.
Over the top, he's going to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
But how many people can you shade over top? I guess we should ask.
Yeah, they did well against Nico Collins.
One half of the hammer. Dahn. That was one play. It was the first one.
Big
We should have
play.
been ready. I mean, it was tough, obviously, and then it ended away. We're joined by two guys that could potentially give us a lot more insight on why I should be feeling the way I'm feeling. Or maybe, hey, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, living legend, Universal signed rapper from Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys, Tennessee Titans,
What?
Denver Broncos. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Pac-Man Jones. Matt, good to see you. I know you know the Diggs family pretty well. The Steph doesn't suck, right?
No, he don't.
He's still really good.
Yes, he's still a
What do we think is going on here? Why do you think he's happy to be going to Houston? What do you think his thoughts are? If you're from Stephon Diggs, too?
I think he's happy going to Houston. With what they got going on in Houston and getting Joe Mixon, he's gone. He probably won't even demand double coverage with the weapons that Houston got. I think this is a big move. But my other question is, the Bills done got rid of both of the receivers.
Yep.
Only other receiver out there that's talking about they want to be out or go somewhere is T. Hig.
Yeah, he's in Cincinnati. Would the Bills make a move for T. Higgins after giving up Diggs? I'll be fascinated to see if that's the case. Or do the Bills think that the draft is maybe?
Yeah.
I wonder if the Bills think because remember there has
Draft
been
that high?
Well, there has been a trend of young wide receivers being better quicker. So if they're banking on Josh Allen being able to make guys
Whoever,
good,
yeah.
and if Dalton
Kincaid, yep.
can continue to blossom, I wonder if that's their thoughts. But I'm not saying giving up Stephon Diggs is a thing I would do if I have a team ever that's trying to throw a football with a quarterback,
No way.
especially with the deal that's already locked in. Now, they did have some salary cap issues. D-Butt, do you think salary was one of the pressing issues here? They had to go through all big number guys and see who they could potentially move on from. What do you think they're thinking in Buffalo?
I think they're still holding like a $30 million cap, dead cap, moving on from Diggs.
Only 8 next year, though.
You mentioned it earlier, though. We've seen this kind of brewing, whether it's during the season, preseason, training camp. When it's a team that everybody expects from the outside in to have a Super Bowl window, you got an MVP caliber quarterback. Diggs has kind of been in that tier 1 for a while now. Like you said, his production slowed down last year, but you saw it brewing, and now hopefully it's just a fresh start for both sides. I think, of course, you asked Pat, I think he's ecstatic being down in Houston. Obviously, he's closer to his brother now, so that's easier for the family to go to both games. No income taxes. Moving from Buffalo to Houston, Texas is definitely different. And you're still going to have that chip on your shoulder. He is, regardless of what you think about him off the field and the headlines, he's a dog. He's going to come, he's going to grind, and he's going to give it his all between those white lines every week. So it's a great move, obviously, for Houston.
You think he's showing up wearing a shin guard shoulder pads fashion? What do you think his fit is as he shows up here to Houston?
I don't know. It'll be something interesting.
Cowboy
It always
hat.
is.
Maybe
it always is.
eye patch or something.
That'd be cool. That'd be sweet. That'd be cool.
Well, maybe he's a pirate walking in there like the Peaky Pirate, started this entire damn thing.
And D'Amico Ryan, though, that will be the coach, the culture setter like that I would want for a guy. And once again, I don't think, he's in a problem or issue like that. But D'Amico Ryans, I think he demands a respect. A lot.
Zimmer, right?
Yeah.
In Minnesota.
Yep.
McDermott, pretty similar.
Yeah.
I think we think
Feels like
Defense
kind
guys.
of a similar style. Now another defense coach, but D'Amico, a little bit, his energy
more swagger.
seems to be
So good.
absurd. I
Yeah.
wonder how to match up.
Perfectly, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Young quarterback,
I'm just
though.
saying.
You do.
Yes.
There is some You know, I played with Cam as a rookie, and he had, you know, Steve Smith, big personality. You know, great player. Once again, another dog who's gonna play hard. Great, big personality though. You know, Jeremy Shockey's on that team, so it's a lot of voices in your head when you're a young quarterback. Luck, you know, Reggie wasn't that type of vet. He was kind of like, hey, you know, I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna be that guy. You had young Ty, who you kind of growing along with, so that will be a different dynamic for C.J. Stroud, who has shown great leadership skills as a rookie.
Yeah.
Now you got a big personality. Once again, great player, dog, work ethic. That's gonna come in that locker room and be a big part. You think of that offense.
You talk about C.J. Stroud, you have to immediately talk about like his accuracy. Like Stephon Diggs is about to get. Not that Josh didn't, but I'm just saying he's not going to a place where there's a wonder. Like, can the guy get me a ball or not? And then the OC is like, he's a genius.
Nico Collins probably the best receiver he's played with since Thielen. You could make that argument for sure.
Alongside, opens up a little bit more. Run game great.
Dalton Kincaid just
joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, who's an Italian man who is a general manager in the NFL. And
what?
Yeah, he's not joining us. This guy's not joining us right now. Is that an English lad?
What the hell?
Is that who that is? Who's that, Gumps? Is that?
I thought he was in Burnley, mate.
He's in London, mate. He's in London. I don't know if you guys have seen these new Dick's House of Sport commercials. JJ is potentially up for an Oscar.
Yeah, should be. Exactly.
He's doing like some real acting.
Oh, yeah.
He's walking around. He's got a mustache on.
He's a thespian.
He's doing the whole thing like, hey, welcome to my house. Like, you know, Baker Mayfield had the stadium.
Right.
That was his house. Remember cleaning the bathroom.
Exactly.
Had the reader book club.
Groceries.
So I can't wait to see what they're doing, you know? Because he called it the batting cage. He's my bedroom.
Yep.
Yeah, he wants that.
Oh, yeah, it was very good.
Hey, JJ, you're killing it, buddy. Burnley, too, has not lost since he's been over in England.
Another draw yesterday. Another draw.
They'll tie, and they'll certainly give up some wins that they're not supposed to.
He was
but
fired up.
JJ,
he was.
Well, that was a terrible call.
happy.
It was a terrible call, D-Buck.
That's the problem with soccer.
I don't know how many owners over there are doing what he's doing, just openly saying, yeah, these are all bullshit calls.
Yeah, none, I would guess.
That was right before halftime, too. Like, the guy could have just blew the whistle for half.
I like what he's saying there. Yes, okay, we definitely need to defend the free kick better, okay? Once it's given. There's zero question about that. We got to work on situational football. With that being said, to call this a foul, what are we even? I like the way he's going to. The boys got to like that too.
Definitely.
I don't know how many owners have ever just come out and been like, "Yeah, we got screwed."
There'll be statements the odd time, but ain't nobody doing it on Twitter like JJ.
Yeah, and that's why Dick saw him and said, "That's guy we want living in our building."
That's right.
Dix were like, "Get over here." You know what I mean? Dix is like, "We need this JJ Watt guy." Shout out to Dix, by the way, for joining the family here.
Hell yeah. Love you, Dick.
Dix is awesome. House of Sport right now.
Nowhere better.
I took BP and Dix.
You did?
Yeah.
And then I ventured down the other side. There was a full boxing gym pretty much.
Yep.
Then ventured down to the other place. They had hockey and a full golf setup.
Got the outdoor setup with everything, fishing, hunting.
Yeah, it's Cabela's.
It is.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's become like a to-do. You could do shit in Dick's now.
Yeah.
Plus sport.
I did not know that. I had no idea.
Great rewards too.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, a little program
For kids?
I always got money coming back anytime I put boop, boop, boop. Oh, $30. Oh, thanks.
Feels upbeat too when you're in there.
Also,
Yeah,
their,
just gotta
their baseball glove fitting is second to none.
Oh, it's so good.
So that BP that they have in there, that's for finding the right bat for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have like a tracker that you hit the bat you hit on, and then they go, oh, looks like you hit a little high. Here's a better bat
Yep.
for you.
Better launch angle with this one.
Yeah, the bat salesman told me I've been making a killing with this BP in here. The amount of bats I move for people, and then people are happy with the bats that they get, so they're telling teammates. It's like Dick's kind of reinvented it. I don't know. It's always been sports. Always been sports. I used to go in there and try to get cleats when I was a kid or whatever, and I'm kind of out. It feels like it has completely it's a to-do. Like you go.
Yeah.
I went and got our soccer cleats there. Very nice.
I'm gonna go walk around
Very good
Dick's.
setup.
Yeah, let's go see
What
what
are you gonna, I don't know. I might try a putter. I might give a putter.
Yeah, I could buy a new putter every single time I walk in there.
Yeah, I think I saw a little wedge game happening too.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea Dick's was an activity.
Oh yeah,
I know.
spent an afternoon there.
Yeah, you could. Joining us now is a man who maybe will bring me out of my dumps whenever I'm talking about being bummed out about the Houston Texans just seemingly getting better and better and better and better and better and better and Daniil Hunter better and
Yep.
Joe Mixon better and better.
So good.
Instead of Stephon Diggs for a second this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, former GM, TED Talker, author, speaker, host, Michael Lombardi.
What's up, guys? How are we doing today?
Lombo, you been in the Dicks lately? It's a thing.
It's good.
Yeah, it is.
I like it. It's good. Yeah. I like the golf. I don't play golf, but they got that huge golf section. You go over there and look at it. I mean, it's really kind of nice. You can kill some time in there.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like with a kid.
Great place. You can kill some time.
Great place to go.
Place.
Yeah, because they're just venturing.
Once they start selling booze, I mean, they got everything.
Yeah, I don't know if Dick's is getting into.
You can bring your own.
True.
You can bring your own.
Yeah, I don't know if it's BYOB to Dick's, but that's the type of. It is like it's an event. You would have. Bring a lunch. Bring a lunch to Dick's. Anyways, let's get into this. Lombo this morning for a second-round pick. The Houston Texans got a 5th rounder, a 6th rounder, and Stephon Diggs, actually, in this entire thing. Houston Texans, AFC South champions. Obviously, they win a playoff game. They inevitably lose to the Baltimore Ravens, but a team that was supposed to be absolute crap and a dumpster fire for at least another decade for the good of everybody in the AFC South has quickly turned this entire thing around and now almost have a mentality of, we got to go right now. Is that because C.J. Stroud has this rookie deal? Is that because they sense the opportunity? What do you think the reasoning is on Houston's side, and why, inevitably, is Stephon Diggs on his way out of Buffalo, you think?
Well, let's start with the Houston side. You know, this is a team that spent the second most amount of cash money last year, so they've been all in. Their owner has really kind of opened up the pocketbook and said, we need to improve the team. And then getting Stroud. This is the residual effects of the great trade they made to get to Deshaun Watson. All these draft picks and maneuvering they've been able to do. They were able to go back up and get another first-round pick to pick Stroud. So this is kind of all coming together. And I think this deal is more reflective of it gives them a veteran presence on the outside. Diggs doesn't have to be the number one receiver down there, right? I mean, Tank Dell still can be a really good player, is a really good player for him. Nico Collins is their playmaker too. So he kind of fits in and then mix it in the backfield. They've added 12 new players on defense too to go along with this. They've only added 3 new players on offense. So they've been very active. And I think they realize that their opportunity is with this young quarterback to continue to get the team better on the rookie contract. I think for Buffalo, after they drafted last year, when they drafted Kincaid, and they went to more of a 12 personnel team. That's who they are, with Dawson Knox and Kincaid. And so they're trying to, eventually they'll get into the 3 receivers. But I get the sense that, they didn't really put up a fight to lose Gabe Davis. And Diggs, they've been trying to move all offseason, as we've talked about. That's 92 first downs they're giving up in the game. And they got to believe that whether it's Samuels can replace an element of Diggs, whether Matt Collins can replace an element of Gabe Davis, they can move forward. And I think Buffalo is going to reshape their team. Buffalo suffered severe losses. But I'm not sure the East is good enough where if Josh Allen plays to his level, they still can't win the East.
Okay. All right. So for the Colts and the Jags.
For the Colts side, yeah.
Yeah, tough.
Well, I mean,
Lombo,
I
don't need your shit.
We got AR coming back.
Yeah, I don't need it right now. I mean, we need a weapon. You Tank Dell, I don't even know how I didn't first mention Tank Dell. Tank Dell was going bananas.
Right, but remember now, Pat, Tank Dell was picked in the 3rd round, so you still have the draft ahead of you. You can't get caught up in this, on paper. You got to put together your team. They made a conscious decision to re-sign their players. They're a 4th and 1 away from beating Houston last year at home if they convert that 4th and 1. We get that. But I think, look, there's certainly things that Indy's going to have to do, and they're going to have a good draft. There's no question about that. But nobody's won the offseason. Jacksonville, for me, is the question. I mean, I wrote about this for VSiN Online. I wrote it yesterday. Trevor Lawrence is the question mark to me moving forward. I mean, he's 20-30 as a starter. They've got to get him to play at the level that we all thought he could become. And he has not been there at all. He turns the ball over too much. They haven't had any rhythm or timing with their offense. I mean, last year, they couldn't run the ball. They were 30th in the league in rushing attempts. So, they've got to fix it. I think it's going to be a really competitive South. I really do. And so Indy's just got to have to figure out, they're going to have to hit with the draft picks like a lot of teams will.
Shane Steichen's a weapon.
Oh, of course.
Shane
Steichen. He is, yeah.
I do wonder who was all interested in the Stephon Diggs thing, because it feels like Texans won that. You would say win, but I mean, you have no idea who's winning.
Well, they took the salary, right? The salary was guaranteed, so they took the $18.5 million salary off of the cash element of Buffalo. Buffalo takes a huge cap loss, so they incurred that $18.5. Now, does this mean they're going to release Robert Woods or somebody else off their roster? I don't know. But I'm not sure there were a lot of people. The line was very long to absorb this contract and take the $18.5 million. I think Diggs can still be a really good player. But remember, when he got traded he averaged almost 18 yards a catch when he got traded for the first-round pick. Last year, he had one of his worst seasons at 11.1. And his target and catch percentages were really lower. And when you start to see guys drop balls that they're typically not used to dropping, you worry they're losing their lower body. I think it's the perfect spot for Diggs, though, Pat, because he goes down there and Dell's a weapon. Collins is a weapon. He doesn't have to be the guy.
I wonder.
He can go back to.
I wonder if mentally
somebody
he'll be able to do that. I wonder if mentally he'll be able to do that because they were winning and he wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah.
Remember, he was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Seemingly. That's just what it looked like optically from watching through the TV. You don't know what the actual conversation is, but it was like playoffs, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Playoffs, they're winning. And he's like pissed off during game. It's like, that seems interesting. That seems like not good. That seems like not a good situation to happen. But he's a wide receiver, too. So, like, can you go in there and get told that you're potentially second, third option? Can you go in there and say, hey, we got something real special here with the amount of weapons we have. Everybody's going to be able to eat. And with another chance to kind of get a refresh start for maybe you'll just buy in. And then if that happens, you got to hit on the draft.
Texans might not lose.
Well, the Titans, too. You think about Titans, we thought they were dead in the water. They seemingly have a plan, though.
Yeah.
The Titans seemingly had a plan of what they want to do going forward. But that's a massive question mark as well. Yeah, I think.
But all their plans, but look, the Colts won 9 games. They won their game. Richardson didn't play for all of the season, right? So the Colts, the big banking in Tennessee has nothing to do with that they traded for Snead or they signed Calvin Ridley. It really comes down to, are they right about Will Levis? That's what it really comes down to. Are they right about Will Levis? And is he going to be the player they need him to become? They still have to repair their offensive line, which wasn't very good. Jacksonville's in the same question. They're year 4 of Trevor Lawrence's deal. And they're asking the question, when are we going to get this player to be the guy we saw at Clemson?
Yeah. Last year it was going, then he got hurt, and then boom, bad. Then he got bad.
90, he's had 91 career starts, college and pro, and you're waiting for that moment to come through. He's never averaged. This is remarkable about Trevor Lawrence. He's never averaged over 7.1 yards per attempt in a passing game, and on first down he only averages 7.3, whereas Brock Purdy averages 10.3 on first down. So that's the best down to throw the football on. So to me, they got to figure out a way to get Trevor Lawrence to throw this ball up the field. And that's been a big issue. So the South is going to be fun. That's what Stroud does such a good job of in the offense that he's working with, the Slovak offense. They get it up the field. They make explosive plays.
I enjoyed it.
I called him Slovak.
Well, I don't think that was right either. Slowick. Bobby Slowick.
Slowick.
That's what Lombo said.
Yeah, well, he said Slovak, but as soon as he said Slovak, I knew that was a Lombo for Slowick.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I knew.
I was on a roll there for a while.
Well, I called him Slocum earlier. Because I was just so furious. But he doesn't get a head coaching job. He just had the greatest rookie quarterback in the history of the NFL. That guy gets hired immediately any other coaching cycle but this last one. So somehow he's back too. Yeah. Congrats, Houston. Yeah.
Congrats, Houston.
Really happy for you. Last question on that particular subject from D-Butt here, Lombo.
Yeah, with your history in the front office, have you ever had a moment or a trade or a move where you're bringing a receiver specifically with a big personality into a locker room with a young quarterback, obviously growing, and you expect young quarterbacks to be leaders? C.J. Stroud did a great job of that last year. You expect him to only get better. Do you have any concern or any hesitation bringing in a big-time receiver like Diggs or anybody in that ilk?
No, I think anytime you bring in a big-time receiver like that, when we traded for Randy Moss, Kerry Collins was the quarterback at the Raiders. But, Randy Moss came in and he was so good, so talented. It was like nothing you've ever seen before. And then the players saw what you saw on the tape, and it just kind of became easy. Once Diggs gets involved in the locker room and the players around it realize he can help us win, then that's really all that's going to matter. And D'Amico being really kind of having a pulse in their culture within that building, I think it's kind of the right setting because they're going to have enough guys. They just got to make sure they get Diggs to buy into the fact that you're going to get the ball more here because you're not going to draw the coverage to him. The rotation of the coverage isn't always going to go to him now because of Dell and because of Collins. So I think a lot of it is the communication, really, Darius. I think that's where it starts. You got to talk about the expectation for the player.
Man, CJ.
Oh, yeah.
Good
CJ made some stars last year,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
That's what great quarterbacks do.
Yeah,
great quarterbacks make stars. You go back to anybody like Tom Brady, Aaron, Peyton.
Yep.
Like great quarterbacks make stars. Like, well, we didn't know Nico. It was like, well, yeah.
Well, look at Pat Mahomes. Look what he did this year. After the Christmas Day game. Everybody's saying they need this and that. all they did was, they won with their defense. They made timely plays. They got ahead of teams, and he played perfectly.
One of their wide receivers.
Yeah.
He became a star.
Last time we saw him,
Yeah.
he was walking down a highway.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was pretty.
Avoiding traffic.
Yeah, he was walking.
Frogger.
Sometimes it might be good to get out of there.
I'll be excited to hear too, like how that whole thing plays out, because if it's just reckless, not just bad, terrible. Listen, not saying anything dumb. Can't just do 620. What are we doing? Like stupid. Your whole life's in front of you. Okay. Now some people need to experience something like that for them to learn their lesson. I was a person like that when I was young. I could have drank off in a career like an idiot. Like, got to learn from this going forward. Nobody dead though. Mm-hmm. We very lucky with what ended up happening. How will the NFL view this? Because of how public it's gotten.
Yeah.
With what is the what is the punishment for that entire? Now that's off topic, but that is a very real thing going forward for the Kansas City Chiefs. Whenever you talk about quarterbacks making stars, Patrick had to do that a lot last year. And then you talk about, we go back to C.J. Stroud. Now he's getting a star. Mm-hmm. So it's like he's already proved in 1 year. Yep, he can make stars if he has to. Now if we give him weapons, what's he going to be able to do? And he's on a rookie contract. It's just good for Houston, man. Hey, good for you, Houston. Never won a Super Bowl. They're one of 4 teams, I think, that has never won a Super Bowl. So whenever you think about like a program that has a great fan base, a great city, a great uniform, a lot of history. I mean, they got people in the Ring of Honor there. Yep. Been around a long time now, and it's like never won a Super Bowl. They have to love what's happening down there.
I know it's early, but CJ could. I expect him at this point to be the best quarterback in Texas franchise history. They had Schaub, obviously, who was good, drafted Carr, obviously. But Stroud should be that guy. Obviously, they got Andre Johnson, Hall of Famer. J.J. Watt, he'll be Hall of Famer. This is the guy.
Shane Leckler threw a couple balls for him.
This is the guy.
Stroud might already.
Shane Leckler,
Deshaun Watson, I guess, would be the one.
Yeah.
That everybody.
I mean, it was,
3
years?
Couple years.
Remember, he wanted a trade before we knew anything about towels or anything else.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
He's going to the Eagles because he's wearing a green hat. No, that's a New York Jets green hat. And it was like everybody was like, come to the Colts. Yeah. We want him in the Colts. And then everything happens.
Yeah. JJ apologized to him walking off the field.
Yeah, we just wasted your best year.
So sorry.
Yeah. And then now you got CJ right back in it now.
Yep.
Second overall pick because Carolina took Bryce Young. Off and running. Speaking of the draft, Tone Diggs has a question for you, Lumbo.
Yeah, Lumbo, I have a question for you about Michael Penix. A lot of the only downside we're hearing right now is his injuries, a couple ACLs. But do GMs still care about those if he's got 2 healthy seasons in a row and then looks super healthy at his pro day, running a 4.5 and I think 38-inch vertical? Like, obviously those legs are healthy. Will that still be a red flag on some teams' boards, though, going into this draft?
Well, that has nothing to do with the GM, Tone. So what happens is that you go to the combine and you go around the 7 tables, right? And the orthopedics from every team look at you. And then they put a grade on you, their grade on you. And it comes back to you a month later, 2 weeks later. The trainer brings it up to you and says, hey, a grade, we gave Penix a 4, which would be, a level where you couldn't draft him in the first round. Or we gave him a 2, which we could. And then you've got to work your way through it. And that's what we're going to see now is the first 2 weeks of April. Well, people will be brought back into the building to get another medical, to get actually a hands on the player so the doctors can maybe enhance the grade to where you want to pick them earlier or keep the grade the same based on what you already think is. But no one, not even all the great mockers all over the country know what the medicals are on these players. And you have to factor that in, because they're all different for every team. And so that's going to be the real issue here is it's not about he's come back from the ACL. It's going to be, well, we don't think he's going to have a long career, or we don't think this is going to happen. The most ironic thing that has happened in my lifetime was we argued with the team doctors in Cleveland way back, me and Belichick, and they had Mo Lewis, the linebacker, for if he was out of Georgia. They said he had some kind of tumor on his lower body and he wouldn't have a long career. They wouldn't pass him on the physical. Okay, we had to take him off the board. We thought he was going to be a really good player. He's the player that knocks Bledsoe out that creates the Brady dynasty.
Wow.
I mean, it just comes full circle, right? And so he had a long career. But when the doctors get into this prediction, they start
that's
saying,
that's a lot of judgment from doctors there. We don't think he's going to be able to run rock or be able to tackle.
Brett Veach told you about
Pat,
that.
some teams have they're doctors, because remember, the draft is tied to money. So the draft is tied to an economic value, and that economic value comes with a tag based on the medical. And so sometimes, we couldn't take this guy at that position because the doctors think he's not going to have. Now, you can argue with them and you go back and forth, but they have the final say.
So you've seen, how many of these have you seen become professional athletes? Well, I've never seen this before, so you don't know shit. Imagine, I couldn't even fathom football people with a doctor in front of
it's like a mechanic.
How do you know? How do you know? The amount of you want your little thing?
Well, he's got this in his knee, and and it's rubbing on this, and it's coming to here, and it's going to have to do this, and blah blah blah, and it's going to be. But and look, I'm not saying they're wrong. I mean, look, we took players where we tried to challenge them in the 4th round, and a guy didn't. He didn't have a long career. They were right, so you got to kind of balance it, and that's why the doctors are independent in the draft room. They carry their own grade, and that grade translates to a value on where you can pick the guy. And I don't know. But here's what I will say about Penix. If Al Davis were alive, Penix would be his first-round pick, without a doubt. Because no one throws the ball better on the 3rd level or down the field than Penix.
Yeah, he takes them, too.
Yeah.
And at Rome Odunze, there was a lot of him in that highlight video right there. They were old school up there. If Odunze was one-on-one, the ball was going to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, it was. Yeah. Doesn't matter what the player was. I mean, that's literally that one right there. Like, if he saw Odunze, if Odunze was all by himself and it was just a corner, they had a run. Even if they had a run on, it was like, nope, we are doing this. That's the amount of confidence that not only Penix had, but they had in Penix, that their entire offense had. Like, he's run like a pro. Like, he's played a lot of ball.
Yeah.
Like, I think after getting to meet him and watch him and see how the team reacts to him and what they allow him to do, the responsibility that they give to him, it's like everybody around this guy has a lot of respect for him. Everybody. And I think that goes a long way in who's going to be the face of your franchise and draft as a quarterback as well.
You know what I think, too, about this draft, Pat, what makes it fascinating is it really it aligns with the notion of who coaches the player, okay? Like, who coaches, who gets his hands on him? And we see this with Penix. He's at Indiana with Caden DeBoer. It was great. DeBoer left to go to Fresno, wasn't the same guy. He reunites with him in Washington. He's great. Bo Nix down at Auburn, not very good at Auburn, running the Malzahn offense. He goes to Oregon in that offense, and all of a sudden his career takes off. Caleb Williams was good at Oklahoma. He was good there. Jaden Daniels, Arizona State, really good for 1 year, got hurt, wasn't as good, goes to LSU, is great. I think that is the hidden sauce in this whole draft, is who's coaching the kid and who is developing the player within the system that fits the player perfectly. That's where I think Houston did a wonderful job with C.J. Stroud, whereas Carolina did not do a very good job with Bryce Young. And I think there is why is there so many quarterbacks failing? It's because if you don't have harmony within the building, if the guy coaching them doesn't believe in what he sees and has a vision for him, it's over.
How's Slowick still the offense coordinator down there in Houston? I'm disgusted by it all.
He's going to get another team. I mean, he'll be like Ben Johnson. They'll have opportunities coming down. They'll still be there. Look, you don't have to take the first one. Remember this. As Walsh said in 1984, there's really only 8 teams you're competing against. Why would you take a job if you didn't think you could win?
Let's stay in the draft. Let's stop talking about the Texans.
All right.
Yeah, it's tough. All right.
It's too much.
Tough day for
It's too positive for them. Like, I love that team, too. We got maybe the best relationship with any team in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans.
You always say best fans that you played in front of.
Loudest stadium I'd ever been in, ever. Every time we played him, it was for the AFC South. That was back when JJ was doing all his shit.
Of course.
Not just living in a Dick's, he was really doing his shit. It was awesome. Like, they were a cool team to play against. It was everything. But they were supposed to suck. Like, that's how that was supposed to go. We were living it. We were experiencing it. We were covering it.
Yeah.
Every single day. Jack Easterby, remember? We were looking up sermons and saying, yeah, this guy's the general manager now. We like that.
Randall Cobb tweeted out that photo of him walking in with the pizza, and everything was on fire.
And then walking out. Yeah. Now look at him.
Things change quick.
Things can change in the draft, just like it did with Houston and the number 2 pick, which leads to Conman's got a question for you.
Yeah, Lombo, speaking of Jaden Daniels, now he was, I believe, minus 160 or minus 180, and he's down to minus 135. And Drake May was plus 160, plus 200. He's down to minus 110 to go number 2 overall. What does that mean, would you say? And then also, to your point about, guys playing places, does Drake May kind of fit that category like you mentioned with Penix and Daniels because he did play a lot of ball too, or is he kind of also a separate situation?
I think he's a separate one because, when you go back and watch him in 22 when he's the ACC Player of the Year, you see a lot of things that people thought he could be the first pick overall, even in front of Caleb Williams. But then, last year was a little bit inconsistent. I think he is most specific of somebody's got to really see the upside in him, and they've got to have a vision like they did for Josh Allen when he came out. He's 21 years old. He's big. He's strong. He's going to get bigger and stronger, and you're going to have a plan. The potential's there, but somebody's got to have the blueprint for the potential and the system to put him into it. So I think he's a separate category. Whereas Jaden Daniels, you cannot argue with his college tape. You cannot argue with what he's done. If you're just grading tape, he's the second best quarterback in the draft. But I think you've got to be very comfortable with what offense you're going to put him in. And I think that's the decision that Washington has to make, is they've got to answer the fundamental question: which guy has the most upside and what offense fits that we have to run? It's just not about let's draft the guy and figure it out, because there's been too many mistakes with that. There has to be, here's who we are, here's what we're going to do. And I think what Houston did last year when they put Stroud in that offense that was perfect for a quarterback, he fit it. Remember, the first pass Stroud threw in a preseason game was an out against the Patriots, and the thing looked like it was 5 yards inside. It was like you sitting there saying, whoa, wait a minute, this ain't going to work. And yet he got better every single day. I think that's going to be the key.
Broke the huddle well, though. I was on the C.J. Stroud train early throughout that football season last year, even the first preseason game when he ended up throwing a pick at the end of it, that first series, because we saw him.
Yeah.
We saw him. We saw him play against Georgia in that Peach Bowl game, the semifinal. I don't know how we got to do that. On the sideline doing the coverage of it.
It was sweet.
We were at the Rose Bowl this last year. The year before that, it was Georgia, Ohio State for the college football playoff and then national championship. And we're 4 feet away from C.J. Stroud playing, talking to his coaches, talking to his teammates, watching him move, and it's like, I know I'm just a punter, but that means I've watched a lot of football. I've been standing on the sideline. I've been standing in this exact spot a lot of times, and as he ran by, it was like, that's a Sunday guy. Yeah.
You've seen some good ones, too, though. You've been watching some good ones.
Yeah, Peyton right into Luck is hilarious.
Yeah.
But then also Kerry Collins, I saw him work.
Of course.
We brought him up a little bit earlier.
Orlovsky.
Curtis Painter.
Hasselbeck.
I saw him do his thing. Matt Hasselbeck, I got to see him do his thing. And then in preseason, we had that guy, Nate something from Ball State. He didn't use the laces.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember he didn't use the laces? Didn't work out, but he could spin it.
He could spin the thing.
He could spin it. It didn't work out. I don't know if we had Peyton or Luck. It was going to be tough to make it.
Whitehurst?
In the corner. Charlie Whitehurst, touchdown Jesus.
Yeah.
Clipboard Jesus. I completely forgot about him. Yes, but as soon as you see CJ, it seems like everybody should have done the same exact thing we did. Like, yep, that is an NFL guy. And then he goes on to prove it. Now they're bringing in more weapons. Anthony Richardson's.
It's going to be all right, Pat. It's going to be all right. It's early yet. It's only April. Nobody's won anything in April, right? Nobody's won a damn thing in April.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's early.
Yeah.
You still
Houston won that trade.
Look, we talking about Tank Dell. Tank Dell was really good, and when they lost Tank Dell, that was hard. But he was a third-round pick that they got. It was he was really explosive coming out in the draft. His hands were somewhat inconsistent, but he developed. So and I think more than anything, your last year's draft has got to impact this year's team the most. That's the critical component of your team is these young players that you've been coaching for a year. The second year, you develop the skills in the system. You teach the system the first year, and then you develop the skills within the system the second year. And those are the players that you got to count on to take that huge step forward.
Anthony. That's Anthony Richardson.
There you go.
For sure.
That's why we drafted him last year.
Yeah.
That's why you got Flacco.
Yeah, and he got to watch Gardner Minshew do his thing all year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to see how an NFL quarterback operates.
Yep.
Hey, you're allowed to say you don't like the play. Yeah.
And prepares. And he knows, and so he was in all those meetings. He knows how the game plan.
Yeah.
he's going to be light years ahead. So don't miscount that. Nobody's won anything on paper.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about it. You know what, Anthony? I'm sorry. AR, in the midst of the emotion of being incredibly bummed out that the Houston Texans have continued to get better seemingly every single day after winning the AFC South in the Loud House, and people calling it the Stroud House, I forgot about what you did in those first 4 or 5 games.
Unbelievable.
Touchdown every time.
Beat the Texans, right?
He broke some record. He was like the only.
Yeah, killed them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Killed
2 touchdowns, I think.
Yeah, with the SS Shane Steichen.
That's when you get the concussion.
Yeah, that's when he scored a touchdown.
Well, bounce
Slammed
right
his
back
head.
up.
Now, he let up a little bit before he got in. You know, adult football, there's men coming.
Yeah, careful.
You know, he's going to, which he learned.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. We got the cheat code.
Josh Downs, too, second year.
Yeah.
Good wide receiver.
Alec Pierce.
Yep.
Last Colts quarterback to get surgery on their throwing shoulder, Andrew Luck. It's like the same thing.
He also loved winter sports. I don't know if AR's a big winter sports guy.
True, which is even better.
But I have seen AR
Why
cowboy
not?
boots.
Because he's black? Because he's black?
Well, that's a good question, Tone.
No, because he's from Florida.
What are you saying, Tone?
All right. Good call.
Tony, huh? Your Italian showing, brother.
fair.
Man, I thought we were going to get a full-on Tony.
Yeah.
No,
Did you hear us?
Great,
We all, as soon as you
great
said
response.
it, as soon as you said it, we're like, yeah, we would like to hear this.
on,
Think you could back me?
It's great answer. I'm sorry.
Good
It's
luck.
great answer.
Yeah,
Good luck.
But we have seen him walking with
I've
cowboy
got extra
boots.
olive oil on today. I'm slippery.
Okay. All right. You're allowed to say that. Well, you're dancing. You're
Yeah.
doing great. The Lombardi was disgusted with what you just said.
Disgusting.
No, I'm not.
I think,
I'm not.
I think he had cowboy boots on and shorts. I forget
Yeah.
what it was. And he was on his IG story, and it was some, I forget what country song
I'm
it
from
was.
Texas.
No, because he's not. He's from Florida.
True.
But you do love that song. I know that.
Good one.
Who's the artist that makes that song?
Big X, the plug.
Okay, yeah. Just not-
THA.
Hey, Big X the plug.
It's a banger. It's a good
He has
song.
been on every plane we have been on for the last 7 weeks with us. So, bitch, I'm from Texas.
Shout out Texas.
Yeah, it's awesome. But he is a guy. I forgot about that. Anthony Richardson is our guy.
Gonna be just fine.
Huge.
Don't panic.
He don't need as many weapons as everybody else.
Yeah.
He's got him right here in house.
Exactly.
He is a weapon.
Okay, he is the weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember spinning spike?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Week 2.
Yeah.
JT.
Well, that's Pittman. Pittman's back.
Pittman's
Week
dog.
2.
Oh my God, I forgot about Pittman. Pittman's the guy.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Mo
Okay.
Alley.
And you get a whole year at Jonathan Taylor. You get a
Yeah.
whole year at Jonathan
yeah.
Taylor. You got him back.
yeah.
too.
He's back and healthy, and
He's in. He's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
I
in.
mean,
All in.
Look, I don't think
Hey.
that the Colts' problems are going to be that they can't move the football. I think they've got to be able to defend and stop teams at critical times, and they've got to find a way to rush the passer if they're going to play this Gus Bradley scheme of rush 4. I think they've got to really make sure they get that handled. I mean, that's why they were in on Danielle Hunter, and they didn't get him. The other thing I will say about Houston's taken now. They paid a lot of money for 2 guys over 30. Both of them are really good players, Danielle Hunter and Diggs. But that shelf life doesn't always last very long when you go over 30.
You're right. And I have no idea who's playing corner for us, which is not great, especially in the modern NFL. And we're talking about C.J. Stroud, talking about the multiple weapons, and everybody's going to have to be in. But Chris Ballard will figure it out.
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
he will.
A lot
I
of
got
good
nothing but-
corners left out there.
In the draft, yeah.
No, even out
free
there. Like
agent.
X is still out there.
Xavier Howard. Gilmore.
We're in a perfect spot.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you, Colts, for being in a perfect spot.
Bring Gilmore home.
There you go.
Be where your feet are. I'm right here in Indy. Yeah, I'm pumped up about it. Last question here for you, Lombo. We appreciate your time. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Lombo, another team who's kind of in a similar situation to the Bills. The Chargers obviously had to get rid of a bunch of, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. And we hear all the stuff that Harbaugh's saying. He's saying all the right things. He's quirky. He's hilarious. He's living in an RV out there. It's, Happy New Year to all the players coming back in. What do you think realistic expectations are for the Chargers this year? Because I think when he got hired, I know I assumed, and I'm sure a lot of people did, it's just like, okay, well, this is going to be a failure if he doesn't win 10 games and go to the playoffs this year because he's that good of a coach. But what do you think realistic expectations are for the Chargers this year?
Oh, I think they can win 10 games. I mean, look, I know they lost 2 receivers, but they were probably going to have to get rid of one of them anyway. They tried to keep Allen. He wouldn't take the pay cut. They traded him, and then Mike Williams was coming off the injury. Look, you heard Harbaugh say it. I mean, he's talking about offensive line. They're going to run the ball. They're going to do things to make Herbert a better player, and they're going to become, and I think this is the most critical component he brings to the table, they're going to become tough. they're going to become a tough team. They're going to practice harder. They're going to be more demanding. They are going to be tough, and they're going to win more close games than they've ever won before. That's his mantra. That's what he believes in, and they've got a blue chip quarterback. And if they manage the team right around this quarterback, I think they can easily win 10 games. I think anybody who discounts them because they got rid of 2 receivers, I mean, that's really a mistake. They're going to improve their offensive line. They've got to get better up front. Bosa's got to stay healthy. Obviously, he took a pay cut to do that. So I have a lot of high expectations for this team because I know Jim's personality will be involved in the team. And they will become tough. There will be no quit in the team. They will play hard, and they'll find a way to win those close games like he did his first year when he went to San Francisco.
Is this film from their OTAs yesterday?
Yep.
Okay.
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, this is where it all starts. This is where you build the culture for your team. This is where you gotta have, like, he hired a strength coach from Michigan. He knows what he wants to do with the team. He's going to ask the team to be committed fully to this program, and they've got to do it. And I think that's how you get your team tough enough. Look, you don't win championships without mental toughness. You don't win championships without hard work. I mean, we see it in basketball. We see it in every sport. You've got to be committed to your profession. And I think he'll make that. And the one thing I know about the Chargers, they will be tough next year.
So I don't know. I agree with you because I listened to the strength coach speak yesterday, and he was just
weapon.
I mean,
Yeah.
bald head,
No games.
none.
Everything you want. Can't wait. No wonder Michigan won in that.
Well, in college, your strength coach is like the one that, like, Barwas was our strength coach. Barwas was the culture. So, the culture of the team. Now, Rich Rod obviously brought in Barwas because that is Rich Rod's culture as well. But Barwas was with us every day. His team was with us every morning, every day, every afternoon. They're the ones that are the ones punishing you if you have a get together where a couple people end up getting arrested.
Sure.
Like that. They are the ones that are instituting the culture. I appreciate, and I never knew if it would ever work or not, because in the NFL, it's like a lot of just let's get the guys to the game, as opposed to like we have to grow these guys, build these guys, shape these guys. It's a little bit of a different mindset. Feels like Harbaugh's like, we're going to try to get these guys to want to be in this building all year round so we can have a similar type operation in the weight room.
And that communication in the weight room when it comes to those strength coaches, because just like anything else in college, they got all the control. You're going to come in here, you're going to do the workouts we say do. As a pro, me and you may have completely different workouts, dealing with different injuries. You got to have that trust in that guy. We had Mike Warsick in New England when I got there, and he won a bunch of Super Bowls in the 90s with the Cowboys. So instant credibility and respect from everybody in the building, from Brady on down to anything he said when it came to working out, taking care of your body. And you see that coming in, you got to win, but to Lombo's point, they will be tough. You know that.
Hell yeah. Excited to watch them. All right, Lombo, we appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I didn't even vote. I didn't even get the vote on the thing.
That was yesterday's story.
That
was yesterday's
story. Oh, okay. Forget it. You know what I voted on. All right.
What was it?
What?
What'd you vote?
Oh, I think there was no question about it. I agree with the consensus, the wisdom of the crowd. There was no doubt about it. Yeah.
None.
The only thing we didn't get was the smell, but we're all good on that.
How about him just shitting his pants?
It's nuts.
I mean, and then can he pick up his dry cleaning at some other time? I mean, like, seriously.
How about the yogurt?
Like, he's doing a TV show. I don't need to see his dry cleaning. I mean, at some point, is he living out of his van? I mean, is he like living out of his van, or what the hell's going on here?
Love you, love.
It was New York Post. They had no, granted, that's not a big deal anymore now that we know how it actually operates. But like that being the
headline,
it's just so
good.
That's a wild world we're in. Two of them, it was everywhere. Daily Mail, I believe, picked it up. Daily Caller picked it up. New York Post, I believe in some people overseas, they don't even running with it. American sportscaster shits pants. I mean, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And
I love it.
Orlovsky's the gift that just keeps on giving.
Truly.
Danny dumps.
In 1,000 ways. There's no doubt. In 1,000 ways. There we go.
Love you, Dan.
I'll see you guys.
In 1,000 ways. In 1,000 ways. GMs and coaches, I'm sure, are just massive fans of Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Especially if you ever made a mistake or something.
Yeah, Lombo's has a good pulse on that to figure out how that group of people views one particular person.
Dan does a great job.
He
I love
does.
Dan.
He
I love
does.
Dan.
He does.
Love Dan.
Pac-Man,
job.
anything for that conversation that stuck out to you there with old Lombo? I saw you made I forget what he was talking about, but you made like a face like, oh, good point. Because Lombo his stream of consciousness will just drop like good points, and then he'll say something where you're like, well, that's definitely not the name.
Yeah, Caden DeBoard.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter.
Yeah.
I
He's trying.
He's trying. He's in the area.
He's trying.
Yeah, and then Caden DeBoard, and then he goes, and you see what DeBoard's trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Doubles down.
he's in the
He's right there. He just has a rogue
Self-events,
D
yeah.
at the end. Yeah.
Slovic. The whole he tries.
He does.
Hard.
Just like Dano.
Right.
Dano.
Exactly.
Lombo, I'm sorry, Pac, you're saying that you agree with Lombo. You think Orlovsky shit his pants yesterday?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was watching it. You cannot make up that sound.
Yeah, that was.
They just like kept talking like it didn't happen.
Well, it's an interesting.
It's pretty loud too.
He's an interesting fella because this is the second time now he's been on national
yeah.
television.
It is.
That's right.
And they talked about that on NFL Live for a little bit, where, I think the big swagoo even said like, "You're sinking fast, bro."
Yeah.
Because he had like legitimately, people get uncomfortable or unlucky with like a sound being made whenever they're on TV or something.
Sure.
Like something in the back will make a sound and be like, "Well, that wasn't me."
Moving your
That-
seat.
That wasn't me. Now he's got probably the two biggest fart ones. And then I saw everybody talking about a play that he had.
Which one?
It's like he's like one where he was trying to create a play.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
He was trying to make a play.
Trying to move
make a play.
chains.
Yeah, trying to throw a ball.
Trying to make a play. He
Like
has
Jimmy
eyes
G.
downfield. He's trying to find Calvin Johnson.
Exactly.
That's what
Jared
he's trying to do.
Allen, big son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's trying to win a division game.
Of course.
Okay, that's all he's trying to
Sue
do.
him.
Yeah.
Sorry, he got lost in the sauce in the moment of being a big-time Detroit Lions quarterback.
Yep.
And he accidentally ran across the out-of-bounds line and almost hit the ref, who was like, what are you?
And threw the ball into the stand.
And then they would lose by 2 points.
Oh no.
They lost by 2 points.
Yeah, but if you're hanging out in the paint, if you're hanging out in the paint, every once in a while you're going to get dunked
That's
on.
exactly right.
Exactly.
Okay, Dan Orlovsky doesn't deserve it. Yesterday, I mean, that's an unfortunate situation if that was his windshield wipers, which he is swearing.
Adamant.
Adamant about.
Okay.
But nonetheless, he needs to grab some dude's wipes
Yeah.
and clean up those cheeks because it seems like they're always talking on TV more than anybody else.
Yep.
Listen, I get it. Sometimes you just got to own up to it. When I shit my pants, when I sharded up here, what did I do? Boom, wrote right on the board. Hey, guess what? I just sharded. All right. Not ashamed to admit
That's because
it.
you're an adult.
Exactly. Sometimes you just got to
Comfortable with
own
yourself.
up.
Let's talk about some massive news we feel, and we're pumped up about it. And we talked about how everything sports-wise is up and to the right, like everything, seemingly, somehow. We don't know how. It's every pitch deck is just it's going that way.
Good news.
Iowa LSU most watched NCAA women's college basketball game of all time, averaged 12.3 million viewers, peaked up at 16.
Damn.
When you're talking about being a draw, this is what they're
draw.
talking about.
Yeah.
Changing a sport and a genre completely. It's not just Caitlin, obviously. She's a massive piece of this. Shout out to the LSU team.
Yep.
Big time.
Need the LSU team.
Oh, yeah.
Need the LSU team. Angel Reese, Kim Mulkey. Massive for the sport, massive for the game. It's been an honor to watch. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Now there's a couple more games. Will they live up to the hype of what the Elite Eight game was? I think so, especially with the way the South Carolina team and the UConn team, the storylines are still very real for Caitlin Clark, who's trying to conquer the narrative that she's not great because she didn't win a championship.
She got to get one.
She got a good one.
She got to get one.
She will.
She
Gotta
That's
get
a
one.
UConn.
She doesn't.
That's
but
a UConn.
Does.
got to
do
get
that.
one.
She does.
No, she doesn't.
She does.
Women's game, they stay 4
does.
years. All the great ones got one. You got to get
Yes.
Well, she will try.
Then leaving early.
And millions will watch. We'll be back on the other side with Coach Dan Hurley. See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, we all seen the headlines. The Indiana State Sycamores got screwed by the NCAA March Madness Committee. Today, right here in this Thunderdome, we will have a chance at redemption. A chance to tell the NCAA to go to hell once and for all in a one-on-one basketball game. Introducing first, number 21 for the Indiana State Sycamores, Robbie Avila. His opponent in this one-on-one game, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Charles, Abraham Anderson, the NCAA. It'll It'll be a one-on-one game to 5, boys. 1s and 2s. If Indiana State wins, Indiana State was supposed to be in March Madness. Yep. If the NCAA, standing at a staggering 5'6", is able to beat Larry Nerd, Indiana State wasn't supposed to be in the tournament after all. My rules, my ball. Not like that, Cream. Tim's gonna huck one up from deep. Air ball out of bounds. Oh my God, the NCAA staring right at the back. Left-handed. 1-0. Robbie Avila. SWAT team. This is the most balance we've seen from the NCAA. All right. Oh. They told this man he wasn't good enough. 2 fakes and a shimmy, 2-0.
Raindrops.
Look in these. The NCAA looks like a former ship painter. Almost a steal. Pump that! Travel. It's gonna be travel. Check it. Step back. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. Once and for all, the NCAA has been buried, and it's small team rise. Which name do you like the best? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Nerd? Is there any others?
Saw Steph Blurry.
Steph Blurry.
See, my personal favorite is Rob Wave.
Okay.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is definitely the most creative. It's up there for sure.
Is Joker a guy that you look at as your style of play?
Yeah, definitely. Jokic is definitely the main one that I look after, but I think another big one is Sabonis. Our play development guy, AP, he's big on the Clips, so we watch a lot of NBA stuff. Sabonis and Jokic are the 2 main guys that we watch. I originally played football when I was younger, and I had glasses, but I obviously couldn't go out there. I played my first year blind, and I just went out there with no goggles or nothing. I was like, I couldn't see nothing. I see a different color jersey, and so I told my mom, I need something to see out there, so we went goggles, and I've been wearing them ever since.
So no contact thoughts?
I tried to go contacts my sophomore year in high school. It was after the second day of trying them. My brother came up to me, he said, yeah, you can't do that. And he goes, you're not you without your goggles. And so he said, you're not allowed to do that. And so I had to go right back to the goggles. I never tried contacts again. I got to keep.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Championship Wednesday. April 3rd, 2024. Hour 2 of the program starts now.
Sports!
Now, the reason why it's Championship Wednesday is because the championships are on the line this weekend, obviously at WrestleMania.
What?
The championship conversation of the NFL has been changed this morning because of the Houston Texans. And a man is joining myself, the Talks the Table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn, Cowboys turned Diggs, NFL legend, rapper, Pac-Man Jones, and Darius J. Butler.
Yes, sir.
Right now on this particular program, actually joined us about 2 hours ago in the middle of his schedule. Electrifying. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of UConn, Dan Early. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is the face of men's college basketball right now, not only because he is electrifying, but because his team is so damn dominant. The reigning, defending, undisputed national champions who look to be poised to go back-to-back, the head coach of the UConn Huskies. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Dan Hurley. All right, Coach.
Let's go.
What's up, man? That's some intro right there. The reigning, you know what? That's what we said before the season, man. It was like, last year we were clearly the kings of college basketball, and what do kings do? They reign, and our goal was to do it again. So like reign and repeat. That was our mindset since the summer.
Okay, reign and repeat isn't necessarily easy because once you're sleeping on satin sheets, it's not as easy to wake up and get to work in the morning. How have you kept the boys motivated all year, and how have you kept the team so dominant, you think?
Yeah, I think there's kind of like two things that have got to be aligned, right? Like what you want and how you work, and our work level and like our work rate and how we prepare and the time commitment. It exceeds what we want, and we we're feel like we're the hardest working program in the country, and then you combine that with like great people that have elite talent, and you could accomplish great things. We've battled and fought that human nature stuff the whole year, and we've rooted out any complacency along the way with just the highest work rate possible.
I love that. Work ethic, I think, is the most important thing whenever you want to have success in any aspect of life. It's almost being forgotten by an entire generation, but reality will smack them in the mouth, I think, and let them know that you have to work for anything that you really want. I want to go back to 2020, and I'm sure you've seen this clip. It's been recirculating, especially with the dominant. For those that haven't seen it, here is Coach Hurley after a loss, I believe, in 2020.
People better get us now. That's all. You better get us now, because it's coming.
You knew? You knew that this. So why was it? Because you knew you were going to recruit the right type of guys. You knew the way you ran practices was good. Obviously, your dad a phenomenal coach. You're a phenomenal coach. How did you know in 2020 that it was coming? And is this what it was in that moment that you knew was coming?
Yeah, it's crazy to see the Fiji water there too. I'm like 3 waters removed from the Fiji.
What are you, smart water now? You doing smart water?
Yeah, just that I've convinced myself that I'm gonna coach back. There's a lot going on in this melon, man. Yeah, you know what? Number one, you're a coach at UConn, and the history and the tradition. It's rich here, and the fans are obviously. The expectation is you're gonna be amongst the best, and we weren't very good, but we were starting to turn the corner. The culture was coming together. The talent was improving. We're starting to get pros in the program, and it's like you got to say something to your fan base at that point. Because we weren't there yet, and I think when you're the coach of a big brand program, you got to have some swagger, you got to have some confidence, because people are going to be on your ass anyway.
So let's talk about that big brain and having swagger and confidence. A lot has been made about you dumping your underwear. Let's wash those again. Let's play another game.
Yep.
On the sideline, you're awesome. The way you're handling this, you're awesome.
Incredible.
Like, you've always been this human? You've always been comfortable enough? I think it's all comfort in who you are. I assume this is how you've been forever?
Yeah, I think so. I think, just growing up in Jersey City, being a Jersey guy, I'd say too, my path as a coach, just, coaching high school, majority of my career has been spent as a high school coach, and then like low Division I and mid-major. So, I don't have, obviously I have an ego in terms of, how good of a coach I believe I am. But I'm also just a regular guy because for the most part, I've just had regular jobs as a coach. And, so I just kind of, I try to be my authentic self and not do the coach speak. The coach speak, I think, makes it boring. And I think, men's college basketball needs some characters right now and needs some a reason to watch the game beyond just the basketball. You got to get to know the people.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the hell out of watching you and your wife's job, of making sure those tidy, are they tidy whities?
The Dragons.
They're what?
The Dragons, man.
What is
the
that?
Dragons.
What are Dragons?
The Dragons, those are the underwear. I had to make a tough decision, Pat, this tournament, because I wore the Dragons last year. They went 6-0, along with the same suit, same dress socks that are all ripped up and beat up, same dress shirt, same Jerusalem beads. I got the whole same outfit. But the Dragons were challenged this year by the Wolves. The Wolves crushed the Big East. I mean, they destroyed. They went like 19-1 with the regular season chip, and then we ran through MSG with the Wolves. So it's like Wolves or Dragons going into the big dance. I had to go back to the Dragons. Loyalty.
How are the Dragons holding up? Pretty good. Are we delicate? We got to wash those delicate, I assume, because you got to be sweating. You're moving. Mm-hmm. You're moving. Those got to be withered down. The Dragons got to be beat up a little bit at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's swampy. the swampy situation, especially my coach style doesn't lend itself to staying fresh there. So obviously it speaks to how much my wife loves me, and then I bring value too. She's a smart woman. She needs me at her best, so she's taking care of that.
Yeah, that's smart. It's a real team effort over there. Hey, shout out, Miss.
Good work.
They put a lot of screen time on her whenever you guys were in the middle of that 30-0 run in the second half. UConn alum D-Butts got a question for you.
Yeah, and to go on a 30-0 run. First of all, appreciate you. Everything you're doing for the program. Yeah, Huskies. Yeah, man, you making us proud, man. But you're coaching. I know your dad was a great coach for a long time, but who's had that biggest impact on you when it comes to coaching? I know Jim Calhoun is still around the program. Saw him in some videos last year during tournament time. I know Gino and the women's side, great coach as well. Who's had that biggest impact when you was a coach, and where does this defensive intensity come from? Because that's what I take most from watching you guys play ball is the defense. Offense, you're going to score points, but that defensive intensity, where does that come from?
Yeah, I would say, a majority is from my dad. He's one of the greatest coaches of his generation. He's a community guy, and he loved being a high school coach. He was so connected with St. Anthony and Jersey City. That he spent his life not chasing the coaching ladder. So my dad, without question, and then I was fortunate enough to play in college for PJ Carlissimo, who was one of the best to do it in Big East history, and a 3-time NBA head coach, and George Blaney at Seton Hall as well. Had a big impact on me, and then I keep a good network of people. Seth Greenberg's had a big impact on me. I'm continually looking for mentorship and advice so I could continue to get better as a coach. Coach Izzo, Billy Donovan, Jay Wright, Coach K, obviously the GOATs here, Coach Calhoun and Gino. I'm just smart enough to know that I'm 51. I look old as shit, but I'm still young.
No, you look young. I would have never guessed 51.
I've looked like this for 10 years, though. It's weird because I was like an old 38, 40-year-old, but now I'm like a young 51-year-old.
Okay, that's good news for me because people have been calling me 50 for a while, too, so it looks like I got brighter days ahead. Maybe we need to use a little bit more lotion. Talk about coaching. What happens at halftime? Because I think 2 games ago it was like 4 points. They got a 2. I think last game maybe it was close, 2. It got real. And then we talked about that 30-0 run. I don't think I've ever seen that in any sport ever, Normally a team could quit, run the clock. Ref would maybe even, we talked about this earlier, give them a foul so they can get on the foul line so we can break this streak. I don't think I've ever seen 30-0 in any pickup. They would end that game.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's in the Elite Eight. I mean, that is in the second half of the Elite Eight. What happens at halftime? Do you guys have, because I don't know basketball inside and out. I'm not like, I'm more of a football doofus. Is there like a complete shift of game plan that the other team doesn't know is coming? Is there a tightening up? What is it about the second half? So what do you say at halftime? Is it the Dragons come out and start dancing? What do we have? What do we have at halftime?
They start breathing fire, man. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just one of those things where, we're number 1 team in the country in offensive efficiency. We're 4 in defense. Like we really rebound the ball at a high level. We're not relying on one player offensively because we're a high assist team. We're a good 3-point shooting team, even though we haven't shot it well in the tournament. So we could beat you at the rim offensively and get to the free throw line. I just think. There's a belief and a confidence that the program and the organization now has that having won it last year, you carry the confidence of a champion and believe that because our quality is high, that just over the course of a lot of possessions in the game, that there's going to be an opportunity for us, to potentially break somebody down systematically over the course of a game. Because we're not vulnerable in any one area, or are we weak as a team?
So with how great you've done, obviously this has happened in the past in basketball. There's already been the chatter about, I think Reese Davis asked Kendrick Perkins last week on our show, would this guy work at the NBA? Would this be able to be an NBA coach? Feels like you have a machine started at UConn right now. Know the type of guys you want to recruit. Older classes can teach younger classes, hey, this is what we need to do. The NBA chatter, is there a reason that's been happening? Have you alluded to wanting to be an NBA coach, or does this just kind of come with the job?
I think it just kind of comes with the job. And then a lot of times I'll just say what's on my mind. And if somebody asks me, maybe on a Thursday, I might say, yes, that's my dream. And then somebody asks me on a Monday and I'll say, I can't imagine myself not being a college coach. I just think for me right now, the age that I get to work with these guys in, it's obviously the achievement and all those things are incredible. But to have, to be a part of someone's development in that age range of like 18 to 22, 18 to 23, and that impact that you have on what the next 50, 60 years of their lives are going to look like, that's what coaching is all about. And, for me, I love, honestly, to be in control. I love to be in charge. I think, I love to set the energy and the intensity for how we're going to work. And I think that's probably better suited to college organizations.
There's a lot of accountability there too, If one person's making decisions, at least we know who to point the fingers at. And a lot of other places, there's a lot of this shit going on. It's not. I don't know if you've realized the real world. Sounds like you've been in coaching for the real world. There's no accountability ever about anything. It is.
Oh, I know. I see social. I see. Just the mentality and the lack of accountability or responsibility. It's crazy how the world has changed, and we're old school, and that's what I love about this place, the UConn, and my staff and the players we get is like, we are old school in terms of our intensity, in terms of these players. They accept the coaching. They don't change us. They allow us to help fix them. But our style of play is modern. It's like modern, efficient basketball with old school values, and just the way the world is changed.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, the world is lucky to have you inside of it, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. If you're the one in charge, everybody knows whose fault it is. But also, hey, why are we winning?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that question going on too, Coach. Connor's got a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, I was reading up on you. It said when you were at Seton Hall, you met a psychologist, Sister Catherine Waters. How has she kind of helped you throughout, your career, both at Seton Hall and then, when you went into coaching? And is that something you also, urge your players to do? Speak with a psychologist or a sports psychologist, especially, being the team that's the top dogs. You guys do probably get a lot of hate mail and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, Sister Catherine, you're going to get to me on that one, man. Well, first of all, she introduced me to books. I didn't know about books. I didn't know that you could just read books, elect to read them on your own. So, I didn't know about that.
You got to be assigned the book, right? You got to be, I understand.
Yeah. I thought it was just for school. Actually, there were bookmobiles back in the day that used to drive around Jersey City, and I never went on it. But I mean, your men especially, man, it's like we deal with a lot of stuff. Just emotionally, mentally, and there's a macho attitude where we can't show that vulnerability and open up and talk about our fears or the things that are bothering us, or relationship issues or what have you. And for me at that time at Seton Hall, your dad's a Hall of Fame coach. Your older brother is the face of college basketball at Duke, and eventually going to be a lottery pick, number 7, and 2-time national champ. And you're just kind of like mid in the Big East a little bit and struggling. So, I mean, I sought her out as a counselor at Seton Hall, and we developed a bond and a relationship over my time that has lasted to today, where we still see each other, communicate. But I was doing intense therapy with her. She introduced me to a book that had a big impact, The Winner Within, by Pat Riley, and got me to talk about a lot of stuff that was bothering me. And she helped me get a little bit of stability in my life, my spirituality, my faith in God, relationships and friendships. Had to be quality, obviously my physical condition, and in my emotional health. So, she kind of helped me balance out the table so that I could start progressing to get towards my best self.
Thank you, Sister Waters.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Hell yeah. We're very thankful for it, because the person we see today is probably, I don't want to say a majority because of that type of situation, but when you find yourself, it's easier to be yourself, I think, and you probably kept a lot of stuff pent up. I would assume that's the type of guy you were.
Yeah, I was in a deep depression, man. I was locked in my dorm room. I played a game at St. John's. We played a doubleheader at MSG. My brother played the Knicks that same day, and we played St. John's. I think I went 1 for 12 from the field. I got off to a horrific start to my season. I went and I quit I went and met my brother that night, late night. I'm not going to tell you where in the city. We might have had a couple of beers and talked about, and I kind of asked him permission to step away from basketball at that point, because it was just eating me up to struggle so much, and I was in such a bad place. So I basically locked myself in my dorm room for a couple days and refused to leave. There weren't cell phones back then, so people were just knocking, slamming on my door, trying to find me, and I just holed up. And the first person I really talked to coming in that room was Sister Catherine.
Hey, we're thankful for that, dude. Yeah. So thankful for that moment. Also, good inspiration for others that are maybe going through the same thing. Don't be scared to open up and chit-chat a little bit. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, prior to the Illinois game, I think it was a former Illinois player and analyst now basically said, like, hey, UConn's got no answer for Terrence Shannon Jr. They're going to, they're
You heard that? You heard that?
Well, yeah, and then you basically said in the post-game presser after you guys beat the shit out of them, like, hey, listen, that's asinine. We're not playing in some Mickey Mouse league here, okay? We're going against monsters every night in the Big East. But we always talk, or hear people say about how, hey, you got to be battle tested going into the tournament. But obviously the Big East got screwed over on Selection Sunday a little bit. A lot of you guys have alluded to that. But how important is it, especially you guys being defending national champs, like getting good teams' best shot every single night in league play when they know how you guys want to play, they know how you're successful. But how important truly is that when you go into the tournament when you've had such a tough league schedule and a tough league like the Big East?
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Sean. He was a heck of a player, and he's a smart basketball guy. And I, it's you have to always find some external. And you're right. I mean, the Big East, man, it's like the venues, the fan bases. It's a basketball league, and I think it's incredible roster of coaches, maybe the best roster of coaches in all of college basketball, and it's physical, and the weather's cold and it's snowy and icy and slush, and it's just the games are tough. And then you go play the Big East tournament at MSG, and it's like electric. And playing an event like that gets you ready for March Madness because there's so much electricity in the building. And I just think you've got to bring up to your team a lot the reality of a lot of the slights, because everyone's kissing our butt right now and talking about us like we're some incredible team. But I don't think we had a player picked we didn't have a player picked for first team all conference. We had a guy picked, I think, on second team. No one else even made an all conference team in the preseason, and we were picked closer to fourth than we were third in the Big East. So I know we're this super team right now, but I remind the boys constantly that not a lot of people thought we were going to be good this year.
Yeah, it wasn't always like this. Let's remember that. Not a single person on the all-conference. There might be a reason for that, though, because of how much you spread the rock. Tone's got a question.
Yeah, Coach, and you talked about the assists earlier and that you don't rely on one player. Five guys you have averaging 10-plus points a game. There's a couple seniors, there's a couple underclassmen, there's a couple guys that transferred in, there's a couple guys that have been at UConn the whole time. In this day and age of college basketball, is it key that you have a good mixture like that of guys that have transferred in and seniors versus underclassmen versus having five stars and stuff like that?
Yeah, it is. And for you with the Steelers, too, if you have two or three quarterbacks, you don't have one.
Good call, Coach. Good call.
Damn. Who's your team? Who's your team?
Bengals. Who they?
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, well.
Come on, Coach.
Let's go, Coach.
Who they? And back in the day, too, by the way.
Keep my mouth shut.
Ken Anderson, Pete Johnson, Chris Cobb back in the day.
They won
Hollingsworth?
That took a lot to be a fan of them. They suck. Anyways, go ahead, Coach. Go ahead. Sorry about it.
Hey, so, yeah, I mean, I think right now it's like look at us or look at the top programs like Purdue and Houston, the teams that have been the best programs the last couple of years. Like you've got to return players from high level culture that knows how to work and knows how to win and knows how to sacrifice and knows what it takes to be at the top of the mountain. So you've got to bring members back on a yearly basis that really knows what it's all about, know what the program stands for. And then you got to supplement, like a couple of high level freshmen that you feel like you could get on the court, like supplement those like 4 and 5 star guys, with your culture, and then pick your spots in the portal with guys that you have the absolute perfect role for. I think that's the formula, and it's worked great for us.
How do you find a 7'2" guy that's got wiggle?
Yeah,
it feels like that's a good weapon too to have. Clingan is. I don't watch enough college basketball. Okay, during the season, I only watch during March Madness. I'm one of those casuals. Watch, this dude's got wiggle.
Yeah.
Like he's got actual, like Edey obviously is this mammoth of a man that we've gotten a chance to see here in Indiana at Purdue for, the last few years and everything. But what Klingon, he just seems to be abnormally big and then freak show able to move. What a weapon. What a weapon that dude is. Legit.
Yeah. And, and he's young and he's got like a big personality. The guy is like totally, alive. Sometimes with big guys, they're like, big and like a zombie, like they play basketball because they're tall. They don't really understand sports. Like this guy, he understands sports. Like he'd be good at anything. But you're right. His mobility is crazy. His competitiveness and his self-confidence is incredibly high. And, it's just great to see things work out for people. He would have went top 20 in last year's draft. He came back and risked coming back and maybe helping or hurting his draft stock by coming back and playing this year out and trying to become a top 10 pick, a top 5 pick. And it's great to see, when everything, kind of goes along to plan for great people like this kid. And sometimes, luck is involved. I mean, we just, in a way, you just get fortunate that Bristol, Connecticut, produced, Kling Kong.
I don't know if it's luck. It's a testament to your program as well. Wanting to come back, get better, knowing that there's more to be done is a beautiful thing. It feels like college sports are in the middle of a wild time with the gambling, but college basketball certainly has been brought to the forefront. Cincinnati Bengals legend Adam Pac-Man Jones has a question for you, Coach.
Hey, Coach. You see guys
yeah.
How you doing? Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Pac-Man.
Going through these college games, you see guys that just check themselves out of the game. The NCAA right now is trying to ban player props to save the integrity of the game. What are your feelings on this? Do you think it should be college player props, or do you think we should can it?
Yeah, they got to can that, and you got to move on that as quickly as possible. Obviously, you got human nature involved in there with individuals, and obviously the integrity of the game. Once you lose that, this thing it's a wrap. People are going to lose interest, and then obviously the heat that players take, on social, the stuff that players are dealing with that way is a lot. But sometimes the players checking out is like, it's crazy. Pac-Man is that these guys are basically, you've got players that are going in the portal in December or January. You could see by the look on their face. So, the portal is changed a lot of the dynamic with players and their level of interest too.
Football, it's a problem. Football, I don't know what it is like in basketball. Football, it is wild. I feel like we're almost, and I'm not saying this for every program, but like guys need to battle adversity. Like that's a part of development of life, having to battle adversity. And now, I don't want to say you're getting like a handout, but kind of like an option out. Some of these guys are stuck in the portal still. Some of these dudes are still in the portal. They thought they were going somewhere else. They've been there for 2 years. It's like the grass isn't always green on the other side. It's a wild time right now, Coach. I don't even know what it's like for basketball, but I fathom it's similar.
It is, and it's and it's like, what is it like? Give someone fish, you feed them for a day. We got to teach people how to fish, man. It's like if you allow people to just run from place to place to place to place, you never fix yourself. You never develop you never put any roots down and develop relationships and a network of coaches at a university, that will help create opportunities throughout your life. You don't really, develop, your character, your working character, and learn how to fight for things and sacrifice and adapt. And, I know I'm going to sound like the college coach. College coaches can go wherever they want and take whatever job we want, and leave in a second. Well, actually, it doesn't really work like that. There are buyouts that you have to pay. There is a penalty that coaches pay if they do want to make a move. So it's not just total free agency. There's no sport that is operating like college football and college basketball.
Yeah,
So
but
you
also,
gotta get it quick.
if you stink, you're getting fired. You're not able to just transfer somewhere. That is. There's a little bit different. There's a little bit of a different ball game there. But we're players. We're on the player side of this thing. And it's like there has to be some sort of, and I think they're trying to figure it out. We don't know what the right answer is, but for the good of the athletes, we need to make sure that this gets figured out as well in the long term. Speaking of long term, I was told by Mike Greenberg, who's in 2 Hall of Fames.
Believe so.
I think he's in 2 Broadcasting Hall of Fames. You guys could beat the Pistons right now. Might even be able to make the playoffs.
Pistons. Detroit.
Yeah, man, that's crazy talk, man, and I appreciate it. But, it's just, it's crazy. What was that?
Well, listen, if you can make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference of the NBA, you better win another national championship.
Listen, maybe if it was a regular season game, maybe, because these guys, they're not guarding anybody, so we may be able to score. College rules. Do we have to play defensively? Do we got to play NBA rules, or could we play college rules? Is there defensive 3 seconds? But honestly, the NBA, once they get to the playoffs, man, it becomes high level stuff. Sometimes the NBA regular season, obviously you see some of these scores 157 to 152.
No, they're trying. They're trying on defense.
Yeah, always.
They're trying. Offense is just
every night.
All right, what's the schedule like right now? What do you guys have the rest of the day? Is it? I guess school still exists.
Yeah.
Right. We're still in school right now. School still.
Yeah, it does. It exists, and we'll get on the court, and we'll get a practice in. Obviously, you're going way lighter as you go later in the year. Whereas you may start the year doing an hour and a half of your 2.5 hour practices, probably live. You get to this point of year, you may be going a half an hour live, just trying to keep the boys sharp, and maybe you're on the court for an hour and 40 minutes, and then we're a little bit superstitious, so
Dragons.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So we'll do the Dragons. We'll go do everything that we've been doing. We'll do a student send off in Gamble as we head to the team bus. We'll go eat at Capitol Grill in Hartford on our way and get these guys a nice steak, a big steak for the plane trip to Arizona. And then, once we're there, man, we're going to enjoy every second of it. But, we'll be prepared. We're going to prepare like we've won nothing.
Well, I respect that. I like that we're getting the boys some big meat, too.
Hell yeah.
Some good big meat.
Beef them up. Beef them
Get
up.
that meat in them.
Hell yeah.
Coach,
Protein.
get that meat in them. All right, well, your team has been awesome to watch. You have been fantastic to learn about. Thank you so much for taking time here, and good luck the rest of the way, Coach.
All right, guys, appreciate you. You guys are the best. Love the show, man.
Hey, our show sucks. We wish we could be like your team. We do appreciate
more of this. Right. More of this. We need more of this.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, national champion, head coach of the UConn Huskies, Dan Hurley. Thank you, buddy. We got a chance to catch up with him this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was going to be 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unbelievable.
Your question about the sister Catherine.
Yeah, Waters,
with the mental health aspect of it. That was real journalism. You did some real journalism there.
Well, I had no idea that was how the relationship started. I didn't know the backstory at all. It's just it mentioned that she has been a pivotal role in his life ever since Seton Hall, basically.
What a human.
Oh yeah.
Every question was just felt authentic, bland, right to the point, not bland, I'm sorry, but like blatant,
straightforward.
Like, this is how I actually feel in this entire thing. Then you heard the NBA thing kind of go through his head, and then he was like, let me just count my guy. Let me not count my. Is it a regular season? What are the rules? He started like figuring out an angle on that entire thing, but he was appreciative. I really enjoyed getting a chance to chat with him. We're thankful for his time, obviously incredibly busy and locked in. So this is a little bit out of his normal routine, which we know is very important.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Dragons getting to play on the underwear over the Wolves.
Right. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, because Wolves had a hell of it. He said, well, we ran through the Big East with the Wolves.
19-1.
Yeah, and then we go into Madison Square Garden. We do really well there. And then I had to make a decision. He said loyalty to the Dragons or whatever for the national championship. His wife, Audrey, I forget, they were showing her a lot during the game, during the fantastic run, because they're like, she's going to have to go clean his underwear. So it's like a whole part of the story. That's a good team. Hey, we appreciate you, Coach. Speaking of good team, we're lucky to have a man who was the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, a college football national champion and Super Bowl champion. Join us on most days.
Most days.
Yeah, usually.
Sometimes he's out on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
Yep.
With
ain't no party like a.
Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I can't hear anything going on if you guys are talking to me. Just for the record.
No way.
Right now, you can't hear anything.
I got nothing. I got nothing coming from you. I see your mouth moving.
Oh, no.
Dan Hurley was great. He was awesome.
Please.
Any other thoughts?
Please go
I'm
on.
not joking, Fox. I can hear you guys in the back. I can't hear them.
AJ?
Oh, no.
We just come with oh, wait, I thought we were going to be able to, maybe make some noise there.
Yes. Do you want the whiteboard?
Yeah, exactly. AJ, can you hear us yet?
Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
Hey, AJ Hawk. Connor took some shots about potential parties you could have been at in the past, especially whenever you're out on a cruise. But we were talking about you had it right. You had it nailed. That Coach Early interview. Yeah. Well, it was while we were in the middle of it. It was awesome. Literally, as we're talking to him, I'm like, I love this guy even more. It's because we're football people, and I even told him that in the middle of it. It's like Harbaugh. I don't want to say like same exact mannerisms, but like very much his own independent human being. People called him quirky. He was like must watch, but ultimately he was great for college football. Just like Hurley feels like different way, but similar packaging. Great for college basketball. I'm thankful he stopped by. I mean, that team's going to win forever, I guess. For sure. That seems like how that's going to go.
It kind of does feel that way. And they both, don't they both feel kind of, they take pride in being old school kind of coaches, hands-on. They're like unapologetic for how they're going to run their program. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see things coming full circle. I guess these old school guys, they still have the ability to kind of connect and relate to the players.
Yeah, and they're talking about, old school but modern. Like the way he described the offense. We're old school, but we got a modern playing style. Need to have a modern playing style because the modern player. Right. Who are the good Who are the good players? The modern players. Okay, we got to be able to do that. But if we can put some old school polish on this thing.
Grit.
Open up the hood a little bit.
That's right.
Do a little blue collar, old school work on the shit. We might be able to really become something. In every game that they played in the NCAA tournament over the last 2 years has been a blowout.
Yeah.
They've covered every single time that they've played. In the 30-0 run, I brought it up a few different times because that shit doesn't happen. That doesn't happen.
How does it, like, how many times has that happened in big time college basketball?
Who in the hell was on the other team?
Yeah, exactly.
They were good. They were in it.
Nobody.
They're good.
Stat that. 0.
It was the Elite Eight. They're a good team.
Yeah.
This isn't the first round where a team snuck in and everybody's all pissed off. It's like this is the Elite Eight that they're playing in against a team who had to beat Illinois, obviously.
Big Ten champs.
Yeah. Congrats on a hell of a year.
Great.
You guys are good.
Shannon.
Great team.
Yeah.
Great score.
Yeah, and I don't want to, nullify anything, but it's going to be hard not to remember them for at least the next few days. Is the team that gave up a 30-0 run in the Elite Eight. And this Connecticut team does this to everybody, though, Pac. This is literally what second half looks like. Yeah, second half of every game looks like just an absolute blowout.
We've been fouling the shit out their ass. There's no way we would have gave up 30 without getting a bucket.
That's what you would think. That's
or
why
Jackson.
That's why the 30-0 never happened.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it right before we went live, and I brought it up to him. Like, you would think the refs at some point would be like, these guys need to score, right?
Tee someone
another team. Because with how quick they are on the trigger, too, you would think at least somebody on an accident.
So these guys a bone. Come on, throw them a bone.
Can we do something here, you would think. But anyways, that UConn team's awesome. Yeah. Congrats to them. Final Four is Saturday. They will be taking on Alabama. And
11.5-point favorites.
In the Final Four. 11.5-point favorites in the Final Four. That is
going to 12, it looks like.
Absurd. And you look on the other side, Purdue, 8.5 over Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Mr. Burns Jr. is getting 8.5 points.
Whoa.
That feels like, no offense, Purdue. Love Purdue.
Sure.
Feel like Purdue's going to win.
Sure.
They're going to have to run into this Connecticut team that we just talked to the head coach of, who we're a big fan of, and we think he's probably going to win no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But
DJ, BJ,
what?
8.5 points.
Even if you're down, you'll make a run at the end, hit a couple threes.
Look at the line that showed up for one of these meet and greets. And I don't know what the NIL deal is, but I know with that many heads showing up at a place.
Yes, good for him.
Congrats. You deserve it.
Go, DJ.
You deserve it. Because think about those fans. I posted the other day a screenshot of a map, because Durham to Raleigh, like Durham-Raleigh is considered 27-minute ride, from one to the other. Mm-hmm. Think about how much the Raleigh people, the NC State people, have had to hear about Duke's run.
Oh, yeah.
Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Forever.
It's Jimmy V.
We're at Krzyzewski. Yeah, here it is right here. 27 minutes or whatever, depending upon traffic. You can go another way if there's an accident on the road. That's what it says right here. You can
That's
take
nice.
the other one. If you want to
Chapel
take
Hill's
fast,
right
you want to
there.
see a hill, you want
More
to see
turns.
trees. What do you want to do? You want to take a toll road? It's up to you.
Yeah, dealer's choice.
They've had to hear about Krzyzewskiville, Coach K being the greatest coach of all time, and his Duke Blue Devils, and Jay Billish, Jay Will, they're all on TV. Look,
yeah.
literally the NC State basketball fans that live in that area have just gotten their asses beat for about 20 years straight in the shit-talking competition with the team that's a little bit north of them.
Handled.
And then here we go. Beat Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Move on.
What?
Talking to town, selling out restaurants and meet and greets. It's like, let's go, Wolfpack.
Don't forget.
I'm happy for them.
Don't forget to get in. UNC's right in the middle of that drive too. They beat them in the ACC championship. Who
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I knew that.
You also good school.
Duke and UNC 8 miles apart, Tobacco Road.
Oh, yeah, they're right next to each
Right.
other. Yeah, that's why it's such a big
clustered.
rivalry.
All clustered. Well, and that's what, people are saying, they're not a Cinderella because they're in the ACC, but, they're not making the tournament. They're talking about their coach getting fired if they don't do something drastic, and now they're in the Final Four, and he gets a big extension, and who knows? I mean, shit, it's almost every step of the way. It's okay, NC State, it's been fun. They've won all these games in a row. They got tired legs. There's no way they can keep winning. And DJ, BJ, and the boys, they just keep kind of defying all the odds, and
Sometimes you're going to need that. Sometimes you're going to need a bank in the semifinal of the ACC tournament to go ahead and continue to live on. Remember, they played 5 games, 7 days during this entire run into the first weekend of the tournament or whatever, and everybody thought they were going to get tired. They're going to get tired. That team don't get tired. They're walking out with the bump box, and DJ BJ is living his absolute best life. I think the Final Four is going to be fantastic. Let's stick with basketball. Let's stick with college basketball. AJ, did you hear?
What?
Brawling Jr.'s getting out of USC.
Ohio State, huh? It's coming to Ohio State.
Oh.
We got Debo now as our full-time coach who brought a lot of juice and got the boys playing.
Well, Bronny James, plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal, says On 3 Sports. Shout out to them. And then LeBron said that's on him to make his decision. We are just here to support him. I don't think it has been officialized or anything like that. I'm sure there's still conversations that could be had. Pac-Man, I know you are a massive LeBron James fan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all are in this generation.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that hate him.
I was going to say.
There's some people that hate him.
Contingent.
But we don't need to bring those people up. There's haters everywhere. You're at the top of the mountain since you're 14 years old. There's going to be haters. LeBron knows that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been absolutely dominant. We talked to Shams yesterday. Probably got a year or two left on his contract. Everybody's saying he wants to play with one of his kids. Bronny was supposed to assume to be the kid. Now at USC, I don't think he was playing as much. And then on the offense side of the board, they say he still needs to work a little bit, but he's great on defensive side of the ball. Kendrick Perkins said he'd be better in the NBA style of basketball anyways. He's going to be an NBA guy. This means he's remaining in school.
Yeah.
And this means he's thinking about moving. Is it USC? What do you think about the LeBron James family, and how do you think this whole thing plays out?
I was reading into it and trying to piece everything together. I don't think he's 100% sure maybe transferred to a school or going to the NBA.
Okay.
As far as playing in one of the other.
Oh, so we don't know if there's a decision like a G League or whatever.
Right.
That'd be smart.
I think, me personally, with the connects that Brian has, I think that's a better situation. And go and play against top talent. That's just my opinion.
Is this your thoughts, or you said these people you chatted with looked into a little bit?
I had some people chatting, looking into it for me a little.
Yeah, because that's a smart play. I didn't even think about that because we thought maybe he's going to Duquesne.
Oh,
maybe he's going to Duquesne in Pittsburgh because the new head coach that was hired was obviously celebrated by LeBron, and maybe it's like Yeah, why doesn't he go to Duquesne?
Lifelong
He'll be
friend.
the guy.
Yeah. Lifelong.
The amount of shots he'll put up there, the amount of like he would be, he'd be able to get the best. Going to the G League though,
We trying to get better.
and trying to be
Are you
professional.
trying to get better, or are you trying to go get an NIL deal? I don't think the NIL deal is something that he's really looking for.
Probably won't be the I would assume it's not the priority for him. But I mean, if I was him, I would stay in college.
Yeah.
Go maybe go to a smaller school. Maybe still try to stay on the West Coast. Close to LeBron.
Smaller as in what, D?
Duquesne.
Smaller as in he's going to go and he's
What
going
if
to
he
go
went
and
to
be
the West
the guy.
Coast of the East Coast, which is Pittsburgh?
Pepperdine.
What's that?
Pepperdine. It's in Malibu. Beautiful campus.
That'd be cool.
They got a volleyball
Great
team.
volleyball
up
team.
there.
Yeah,
they
bingo.
got a volleyball
Not
team.
going to happen.
He's not going to
he
Pepperdine?
needs to be the guy. I feel like he needs to go to a program where, hey, Ronnie,
the Dukes.
you bring the ball up, you play defense, because I think he could be a guy who can be better on the next level. But I mean, we saw what was it, Dwayne Wade's kid who tried to go that
Zaire,
route.
yep.
It's tough.
Maybe he just goes over to Lithuania. Isn't it where the Ball brothers
That's
went?
where the ball went.
Yeah.
They went to
Australia.
Lithuania. AJ, maybe he goes to Lithuania.
Yeah, it's possible. Let's see how much money they offer him. But do we know, does Bronny want the college experience? Does LeBron want him to have that since he did not? He missed out on it going straight to the NBA?
Doesn't Braun always talk to some of these Calipari? Doesn't he talk to? He always says, "I would if I was do we have one of those situations?"
Yeah, go play for Kentucky. That'd be cool. But even the regular.
What, Ty?
Listen, I love him. Okay, I love
No,
LeBron.
we know what's coming.
No, I'm
Yeah,
just
listen,
saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying. The guy averaged 3 points, and why would he just be I'm gonna go play in the G League where all these guys he probably needs another season in college.
he wants to go up against Garza?
Well, no one does, and he's in the big boys league. He's not in the G League, so he won't have to worry about.
He was G League king there for a bit.
He was, yeah, averaging about 40 a night. But it just he should go somewhere small and then average double figures, play a bunch of minutes because no matter where he go, he eventually is going to get an opportunity in the NBA because LeBron's his dad. It's just the way it is. But I don't.
Trey Young at Oklahoma, right?
Yeah,
he was able to put up 1,000 shots.
Oh yeah,
he was the only guy on the team.
No, but Trey was. Trey was.
Yeah,
he was.
I understand, but he ran that I don't obviously. I guess vastly different because where Trey Young is at skill level at Oklahoma versus where Bronny is right now, from what we know. But being the guy who just has a green light to be able to do whatever you want, that comes at certain places. I would assume.
He didn't have it. He didn't even have it in high school. You know what I mean? Even though he was LeBron.
Where'd he go to school? Modern day?
Sierra Canyon. Where all the kids come and they come. A lot of them are role players, and then they go to college and be stars. But I feel like you got to be somewhere where you can be the star. You can show your talent. I don't know the college landscape.
I know that Bryce James has already visited there. He's got a scholarship offer from there.
That might be the one.
If the James brothers want to come to Duquesne and Pittsburgh, I will put out some feelers. I will put out some calls. We will have them taken care of by my family.
Bryce James, a 3-star recruit
for now.
He's only a sophomore, I believe.
Yeah, it'll go up. He is so good at basketball. So good.
They're saying he's the one.
He's also a goggles guy. Doesn't wear contact. Wears the goggles. It is awesome.
Speaking of goggles guy, we will have Rob Avila joining us in about 15 minutes or so. Rob Wave, Stefan Blurry, Larry Nerd, Larry Blurred, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have been names that have described this man's dominance on the basketball court. He is now heading into the NIT championship.
Wow.
He's heading in there. He's cooking too. I mean, he is cooking right now. Rob Wave's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And he is cooking. The NIT I've paid more attention to this year than probably ever before. Indiana State's scoring 100 points.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
They're scoring 100. They're putting the ball
Every game.
in the basket. I mean, it is
packed house.
Been fantastic. Well,
come on.
This one's in Hinkle?
Yeah, this is the Hink.
Indiana State didn't show up for the
I got a
game,
lot
or-
of people telling me that I need to be at these. I was in New York on Monday.
You'd be the
I'm in
only
Philly
one.
on Friday.
Looks like a nice gym, though.
That's
I'd like to see
Utah's
my
bench.
baby.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'd like to see my baby at some point.
Tomorrow night.
But I am excited, and I will watch that man play basketball. I cannot wait to chat with him in about 20 minutes. Basketball is good right now.
Yeah.
Great.
12.3 million viewers on that women's basketball game. Iowa.
Yeah, easy. There. Easy.
Not Iowa State.
Indiana State is what you
Yeah.
said.
Sorry.
Freudian slip.
Iowa, though, in LSU, put up a 12.3 million average, and you hear anybody that actually makes content, they go, why are they telling me the average? Tell me how many people watched. You know what? Well, 16 million people it peaked at one particular point. You're talking about a lot of eyes on a sport that I'm not sure. people necessarily knew was as electrifying as it certainly is about 18 months ago. This has been rocket stardom for Caitlin Clark and women's basketball as a whole. And there's still a bunch of road left in this entire tournament. Does it go up? Does it go down? I think LSU was a big reason why it was so big.
Yeah, for sure. Rematch of the national championship. But that's a 7 p.m. on a Tuesday night on cable. Like, that wasn't on ABC or, Monday night. But still, going against other stuff that's on TV as well. Like, that's on cable, though.
Final boss.
Final boss.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Still.
but not everyone's watching wrestling, obviously.
Well, the final boss.
Well, I know. Come on. I get it, but there's other
women's
shit.
basketball and wrestling
Cody?
share a big.
Did you see, AJ, did you see it?
Did you see it? I did, yeah. I've been asking everybody.
He's the final boss, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Yeah, watches.
AJ's ordered like 10 of those custom belts. He wears different
You're talking about Cardillo.
Yeah, the weight belt, yeah. I cut myself and I rubbed my own blood on it just so I can feel a little bit like The Rock.
That makes sense. There's a lot of people like that on Monday night, but still 12.3 million average.
Yeah, that's exactly why the WNBA needs to change that number one pick, the salary cap we looked at. Like, she is a draw. She's going to bring eyes. She needs.
So then precedent comes, because if Juju goes on to continue to be the star that everybody thinks she's going to be, even if the ratings aren't as big as theirs, they'll be able to make an excuse. So there's more platforms now, the way they have the rights, the way drawing people's attentions, the playback, the on-demand, the clips, the social,
that whole thing.
The amount of things that people can just throw in there. It's like WNBA would have to change their precedent, seemingly, for a Caitlin Clark. And then once you do that, that's a whole Pandora's box that just opened up for future anything that takes place. And if you don't do it, well, why?
Big Three.
Why aren't you doing it? Yeah, I mean, Ice Cube offering $5 million for her to go to Big Three is obviously something that Caitlin Clark can utilize as immediate leverage, and there's going to be other offers as well. But if you listen to like Elle Duncan or anybody talk about what Caitlin Clark wants to do for the women's game, she wants to grow it, she wants to spotlight it, she wants to blossom it, and everything like that. It's like, well, the WNBA is going to have to acknowledge, what's happening here with Caitlin Clark, because the Fever ownership, I believe, is the Pacers ownership. I know that there's a lot of Fever fans. I've been to a few games. They have fans at the. It is.
Yeah.
She's the Heatles. She's LeBron, Dwayne, and Bosh.
Yep.
Absolutely. She's gonna fill up every arena.
Yeah, I'll be at more Fever games next year than a Pacers game.
No
Bingo.
doubt.
Whoa.
No bullshit.
We don't need to bury the Pacers.
No, not burying. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'll
Play
go
the same
watch her
place.
in
They
Boston.
play Gamebridge or whatever it's called.
Yep, same building.
Man, she's gonna. Yeah, I mean, whenever I would assume all the away stadiums are already people are buying tickets, don't you think? Playing Caitlin, that happened in the Big Ten. I know.
This is what do you mean?
Away games. So like I know people months and months ago when they found out, they said, "Oh, hey, we already got tickets for when Caitlin Clark in Iowa comes into town."
Yeah, we got people already buying season tickets for the Fever, obviously. And the Fever, as soon as that, do they do a lottery? How do they figure out?
I think it's already been selected what the order is.
No, I know. Yeah, it has. But how do they select it? Is it from record?
I'm not sure how it works, because there has been times where teams have like the number one overall pick back-to-back years. So maybe it is record. But I didn't think the Fever were the worst team in the league last year.
I'm not 100% sure. Whatever. As soon as the Fever found out they had the number one overall pick, though, there was an email that was sent out to every human in Indianapolis. So it was like, just a heads up, tickets are worth this now after getting the number one pick. And I would assume the building is filled for a majority of the first 10, 15 games already.
The first 4 picks of the first round are lottery.
So as soon as that ball pops up, Fever, email.
Yeah.
What a good year to get the number one pick, huh?
Already drafted.
Taylor Clark's coming down.
drafted
She
up.
hasn't even said that she's going to the She's coming. She's coming to town. Buy your tickets now. They are 45% more expensive than they were 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. That's how this goes. But also with Indiana, Iowa it's a haul. It's a good drive. You can drive it, though.
It's doable.
It's doable.
Relatively.
But everybody that has followed along and bought tickets already to Caitlin Clark is in this area.
Exactly.
So Indianapolis is like, yes, we got people traveling into, what's that mean? Restaurants are going to do better. Like she's bringing, an economy here to Indianapolis. And it's like, I hope the WNBA acknowledges that and figures out how they can, $78,000 is a rookie contract. It's like, that's 2 seats in some of these arenas.
Bingo. Yeah.
That's 1 suite in some of these arenas, and she's doing it for the entire thing. That just, you got to figure that out. And I'm sure Caitlin's people are going to be on top of that.
Sure. Yeah,
I'm
well
sure they
paid.
are.
I mean, look at the Final Four
Good luck.
ticket prices. It's $878 to get in. Like, what? I mean, I don't know, but 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like what was the price of admission for the women's Final Four compared to the men?
And away from the Final Four conversation because of what happened at the Elite Eight, but Angel Reese has declared to go to the WNBA as well.
Nice.
The superstar rivalry will continue. Excited for that. Good for the game. Good for the sport. Can't wait to watch their Final Four tip off on Friday. Should be a massive weekend for them as it's a massive week for us. It's WrestleMania week. Hour 3 will continue on the other side on YouTube in ESPN Plus with our good friend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes.
We'll also do a giveaway. What is Pac-Man going to do? We shall see, but he's going to win some people some money. For you, there's about 7 minutes, and then SportsCenter's coming on. It's going to be fantastic. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. Like Dude Wipes. Goodbye! Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Dude Wipes.
Yeah, I had a little blur, so I didn't know exactly the seconds there whenever I started that. Then I was like, oh, buddy, we got 35 seconds still. That's a long time. You know, when you're new on TV, they're like, hey, you got 10 seconds. You think that's...
Yeah. Oh, God, I got to...
You can get a lot. You can get a lot done.
You get a lot done in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Take your time.
5 seconds even. You got 5 seconds. Okay. Now you have 4.5. Okay, you still have a good amount of time here. So I appreciate everybody kind of hanging on for the ride there. That was a long one. That was a good long one. Speaking of a ride that's been a good one, this Mutt Me experience, AJ.
Oh, yeah.
You know how cool it is to open your phone and just see motherfuckers doing shit with you that you've one-handed
Like you said the other day, you don't want to see Mutt Me out there.
You don't.
When you were talking about Mutt Me, it was killing me.
Well, that's real, AJ. Mutt Me's the real deal. I've been watching highlights of me. I was up trying to block it. No worries. I'll go back and return this thing, too.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Look at this. I got that ball at the 12.
I'm not going left.
Yeah.
You can't run behind me, Phil. You got more guys.
No
lane tap.
You were out. You were out.
Toe.
Hey.
Tapping.
That's awesome.
What? You know how hot it is down there in Tampa, too?
Yeah.
Humidity was through the roof.
Ain't nobody catching him, Pack.
Yeah.
Randall Cunningham playing quarterback?
I just ran 200 yards.
Yeah.
And a pick.
That's mine. They're running Tampa, too. Got me fucking dropping in coverage.
Pick 6. See ya. To the house.
AJ, middle linebackers aren't supposed to get that depth that quick. That fucking quarterback had no idea.
That guy just
quit.
No chance.
That ball's mine now. That ball is Mutt Me's mine now. Whew. It's fun, dude. It's been a lot of fun.
How much longer do you have at this?
Today's last day. Today's last day. Get it while it's hot. Need to see a little bit more. It's been great for the old, the old confidence. Because I mean, are you kidding me? That's a linebacker.
Yep.
That's a linebacker.
That's a great play.
Look at Mutt Me.
It would be fun to play Mutt Me.
Triple jump.
That Cooper G.
Basically.
Looks very similar.
That's what I'm talking about. Those are the type of comparisons we need to be making.
That's right.
Why do you say that, D-Butt?
Yeah,
I mean,
racist.
the one-handed athleticism.
What are you saying?
So I seen Cooper. You seen him play basketball, return kicks.
I mean, it's more
Why are you so surprised? What are we talking about?
Not surprised.
It's like Luke.
What I expect.
I was thinking like Ray Lewis, Pat. That's what I thought when I saw it.
It's Kuechly. It's a
never-
better, faster Kuechly.
Never seen Ray do that.
That's a hell of an interception.
No gloves either. Dallas Clark.
Yeah.
See that?
Oh, yeah.
Still got sleeves on when it's hot, too.
Big thank you to everybody that's playing with Mutt Me. That's really
Thank you,
kind.
everybody.
It's been very, very kind of you. Legit.
Yeah, it won't be over tomorrow. You just go to a 91. Still a very, very
You
formidable
don't need me
middle.
on the field 91. Let's keep Mutt Me at 99. Put 91 back in the garage. Put 91 back in the garage. Nobody needs old basic ass 91. Let's make sure old Mutt Me's at 99 whenever he's on the field. Well, I need to be embarrassing myself. I didn't see me. I blew up a couple runs.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not losing.
Sticks.
It was awesome. 91, you probably lose every once in a while.
Yeah.
99, I'm in the backfield.
Yeah.
So are you.
Every play.
The amount of helmets that I bent Mutt Me.
Oh, my God.
Fucking face mask hitting noses.
Yep.
Little Mutt noses are getting blown up because of Mutt Me. Look at this guy.
Re-engineer the game.
Boom! Trinity Holiday, that was really. He knows how lucky I got.
Does Madden have like do you get penalties and ejected when you hit people in the head in this game?
Hip drop.
Well, I mean, a lot of my tackles were potentially hip drop tackles, but that wasn't against rules at the time. Rico came up behind me there. Did you see that?
I saw Overton.
Overton was walking alongside me. Shout out Overton. Right behind me.
I see Rico.
Rico. Ew. He was screaming. He was screaming in my ear, literally on the field. He's coming in right now. Boom, right there. Ew. That's him. That's
90?
Yeah. That's one of the most entertaining and electric humans that have ever existed. Ever. You get him in a sit-down conversation and he starts opening up to you. The brain is one of the most.
Oh yeah.
That's him screaming at me right there while he's jogging by me. Literally, what a legend from Jamaica. Played at Cincinnati.
Beast.
Had a tattoo on his back at one point that was his entire spine, pretty much. That he had to get tatted over going into the combine.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I think it was burning sage. I think it was sage.
Oh.
And animated a cross because Jesus Christ did die for his sins.
That's right.
Which is very kind of him.
Nice.
Yeah, he's the man. He is the. That's a fun part of that little thing when I watch it. I'm like, I just remember him. Ew. All right, let's get to a break. Hour 3 will be on the other side with Rob Wave. Thank you to everybody that's been putting highlights out of me.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to do it. I didn't do it, but every time I open the apps and I seen it, made me feel good. Almost worked out.
Whoa.
I almost started running sprints.
You don't have to if you're
Get the
99.
speed up.
You fucking see that guy? That would be cool to be able to
Oh, God.
go play a pickup game and I'm snagging it.
Outrunning everybody.
Yeah, I'm running in laps.
Yep.
That would be cool to do. I think I can get there. Madden told me I could get there.
Possible.
That is my peak right there. You see that?
Oh, yeah?
That's what we work for.
Thank you all for showcasing to me what I can be. It's inspiring. I'm going to go to work.
You
Let's
should.
go.
I'm going to go to work. 99.
No, guys.
You shouldn't miss.
Glass.
Hold on, bonus ball.
You don't always wake up at 99.
That's right.
I think that's the rule of the day.
That's right.
I think that's the rule of the day. Oh, no.
There we go.
Let's get a break.
Okay.
I need to find 99 somewhere.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That is.
Y'all got
What, AJ?
97.
Good tease. It's a good tease for out. You know, you're definitely going to come back from the break. Probably drink the shot.
Thank you.
Just call Coach Hurley.
Oh,
Have him give
well,
you
you
a
got
pep
robbed.
talk.
Madden doesn't have 99 shooting,
96.
I don't think.
2K does, though.
95.
No! I'm running out of numbers.
There it is. Yeah.
94.
That one's coming
Bonus
back.
ball, bonus ball, bonus ball.
Don't touch the lava.
See Mutney with the snap?
Oh, yeah.
That's the 99 hands.
Flexibility.
94.
And I'm back? No, 94 and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
We're back!
93.
It's the sleeves. It's the shirt.
Next hour.
Bonus ball.
Bingo.
Glass.
92 and a half. 92.
Here we go. Here we go. This is the one.
Uh-oh.
This is the one.
90.
This is the one.
Let's get to a break.
Okay.
Next
Shut
one's
up
going
quickly.
in.
I'm dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinking fast, bro.
Or, yeah. Shooting slump usually.
You got
99.
catch and shoot. You gotta
90.
catch and shoot like the other day.
Yeah.
Well, I
Common
did
man
one.
threw you the perfect pass.
I bricked it. I did do that.
I mean, I can just grab it, throw it to you. Lava doesn't apply
Enough.
to me.
Let's go.
Yes,
Let's go to break.
I didn't shoot it.
That's what we're saying, though. Not everybody's 99 every day.
That's right.
That's what we
Rare.
just proved.
rare.
Rare.
So if I'm 91 tomorrow, pull me in garage.
All right.
Has anyone been
Go back to
99 every
work.
day?
Huh?
Anyone ever been 99 every day?
The Rock.
Yeah.
I think
The
you're
final
right.
boss?
Yep.
I think you're right.
Roman Reigns?
His leg, his arm looks like a fucking leg. Have you seen that thing?
It does.
It's a thigh. He's even got like the little inside thing? He's got that one.
Yeah.
He seems to be coming into kind of peak physical condition for Mania.
Well, Roman said he's got.
Oh, yeah. He's ready.
You
could tell Roman is
Imagine those two
fucking
walking
jacked.
out next to each other.
Huh.
They're gonna have the fireworks fucking.
Yeah. That's what he's got to be thinking about. Like, hey,
The others-
Dewey's
those other
arms
two are
or
gonna-
legs.
those other
I need
two.
to be.
What's that?
Those other two are going to look like aunts.
Like who?
Aunts. Like a
Is
house.
that like uncle and the aunt?
No, I'm saying like a house for aunts.
Who's the other two?
No. Cody.
The crybaby.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh my god.
They're going to look so tiny.
I haven't even thought about the optics of what they're staring at. Cody's jacked.
Okay.
jacked up.
Is he rock jacked?
Who is?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's a different thing.
You're still going to hit the though, when he comes out.
As
Plus-
I'm doing this.
I
No,
wouldn't.
well-
I wouldn't if I was you.
What's that?
You either sing the song or you acknowledge.
You're not the boss of me. Rock's
The final boss.
Rock's my final boss.
I mean, Cody gave it to The Rock. We can't act like those hands.
True.
See?
Tony said.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, your hand's cut off.
See
too.
what happened?
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
When he
Doesn't
did
work
it?
that way.
I was gonna say, yeah, I found out today that Cody doesn't even like people who say let him finish his story.
What?
Yep, in an interview.
What?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He
Sure
said
that's
he
what he
doesn't.
said?
Yeah, I promise you, he said that. Let me do some
All I heard was what CM Punk said, which was a lot.
Yeah, yes,
That was
he
on
did.
Helwani's show.
Heard a couple other things.
Hey,
did,
Ariel,
yeah.
hell of
I
a
saw
show.
that.
Yeah.
And he had a little dust up in there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ariel had
Tough.
an incredible show the other day. What are you saying? You're looking this up right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get it right.
Smart. Because you're saying a lot.
You are.
Saying a lot.
Yeah.
You love this guy, Tony.
You love Rhodes. You are a crybaby,
Yeah.
aren't you?
No.
Deep down.
He's got a catchy entrance, okay? Sue me.
I mean, we could for disrespecting our tribal chief.
The final boss. The idea of Rhodes finishing his story has now become somewhat of an albatross, and Rhodes admitted during his interview with Sam Roberts this week that he actually hates
Thank you.
the line now due to it becoming somewhat
July 24th.
Oh, shit. So Cody Rhodes saw.
It was last year. 2023.
This guy doesn't even care
Tony,
about
you
his
got
own
duped.
story.
Oh, we're gonna base this off of
We
Zeke's
do it.
Google search.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
I saw it today. I can find it.
There's a chance that it just got recirculated. Sam Roberts too, stirring it up.
I know.
Sam Roberts,
Of
stirring.
course. Lord
He's
of the Marks.
Yeah, let's call Sam Roberts.
So I wasn't wrong. At some point, he
Here, I'll
hated
text it
it.
to you.
Does Sam
Actually,
have
I'll
a
just
match
FaceTime
in
Sam
Mania?
Roberts.
Yeah.
Sam Roberts, he is full time with WWE now. Congrats to him.
Oh, found it.
He's a bloodline guy, too.
Yeah,
Through and through.
I'm pretty sure he's putting Gulak through a table.
Just can't see. Wait.
Everybody lay off Gulak.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't think you should. Sam.
What's up?
Hey, did Cody Rhodes say we're live? We're live. We're live.
Hey, what's up, world?
This guy's delivering something for Amazon. That's very nice of you. Appreciate you, Sam.
Not even standing for his tribal
You
chief.
got it. I'm frontline service.
Yeah, very kind of you. Hey, Cody Rhodes said that he hates the line "finish his story." That was from a year ago, right? Is that still a thing or no? It was on your show.
You know, I think
Final
Wow. Of course.
You lost it. We
Of
lost
course.
you. We lost you. We lost
You're going
you.
to stand for your tribal chief?
I sent it in from.
Jesus.
Oh
Sam.
my God,
Sam.
Sam.
I just sent
Sam,
it
you're
in.
getting booed out of the building.
I just sent it in from Ariel Hawani's show. so-
Cody Rhodes says he hates the term. You're getting booed out of the stadium because, hey, good to see you. See you this weekend, Sam. Cody Rhodes says he hates the term finish story now because he didn't finish it the first time he was saying it. Now it's became a thing where everyone's saying it and got a story.
Oh, man. Could you? Cody Rhodes was gritting his teeth when we were telling Tyrese Halliburton to finish his story on the stage that day then.
Yeah, but not only him. Every time he walks out on Raw, I'm like, hey, he's finished his story.
Oh, yeah.
This guy fucking hates that.
Well, we're gonna have to ask him about it.
Well, you should kind of.
He's going to be on a show. He's going to be on a program
We should
Friday.
clarify. We should clarify.
So we'll find out.
You have to say it at least 1,000 times to him and see if he just fucking loses it.
Don't
Maybe
do that.
smacks one of us.
He's a guest on the program. We need to be
Yeah.
hospitable.
Yeah, but
Well,
we want him
we're
to
gonna
finish
give
his
him a
story.
hero's entrance.
Just real quick, love Cody Rhodes. Absolutely love him. I'm very appreciative of Cody Rhodes. Shows up every night. Guy wrestled through literally a torn pec. You can see the entire
Incredible.
thing. Addicted to the business, committed to the business. He was born in 1987, though, so, The Rock.
Yeah.
That would have been good to see. And we'll talk to him about it.
Yes, we will.
But we'll tell him, like, hey, finish your story was the whole thing. Now I'm hearing you don't like it. We don't like finish. It's your story.
What's that about?
Whenever we're telling Tyrese Halliburton, hey, and Tyrese is saying, finish your story, that's an honor to you. That's a tribute to you.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Never.
He needs to know it's a good thing.
Yeah.
The world wants him to see finish the story
Exactly.
next year.
Absolutely.
Maybe next year.
If it's not against the
Maybe
tribal
maybe
No.
Monday Night Raw.
No,
Not happening
no.
this
If he
weekend.
finishes it, where does he go? He's
that
got nowhere to
graphic
go if
wrong?
he finishes
He's
the
the
story.
champion.
What do you mean?
He goes week to week to
Yeah.
week. And graphic's not wrong. We're packed guests. Yeah.
I
story.
didn't see Miz on there.
Yeah, where's
Miz.
Miz?
Is that mommy?
Triple
Miz in
H's
there.
left shoulder. I think it's
Yeah, that is him.
Shadow.
That is him. Zoom in. He is
Hey,
right. He
that's
is
good.
right
That's
next
as
to
far as I can go.
Okay, so
Over trips to soldier.
surprise guest.
if you put it on here, we'll show you where the Miz is. Yeah, he's right
Yep.
there.
Yep,
That's
that's
it.
You
him.
can see him.
That
Oh
is
yeah,
him.
I can see it.
Exact
There it is.
same.
You see him?
It's a mean 6 iron.
Well, the 7 is good. The 6. Not his
Figured it out.
He's holding it in
Figured
that
out.
photo.
But yeah, this guy's going to be on. It's Triple H, CCO.
Yep.
Wow.
Cole looks like that character from Ice Age in that photo.
Yeah, Michael Cole is certainly been doctored in this particular photo. He'll be on. Logan Paul,
That's great.
United States champion. Cody Rhodes. Try to finish the story. He'll be on Friday.
Hell yeah.
And then Mommy
Hi, Mama.
stopping by.
Hell yeah.
Mommy's been dominant.
Love you, Mommy.
Mommy's been a problem. She broke through 9 security guards on Monday.
Yeah.
9 of them.
Big ones.
Huge.
Have to be a real mark to think the man has a chance.
Yeah, you would.
You didn't read Not Your Average Girl by Becky Lynch, the book that is available now. She has the fight to beat anybody. What are you talking about, Gumps?
Not mommy.
All right, let's get to a break. This is disgusting.
Mommy
You
is
guys don't know what you're talking
formidable.
Mommy always
What'd you say, AJ?
Badass.
Mommy is very impressive. Seeing Mommy come out in person, watch her command the stage, the mic, everything. Mommy, she's over right now, as they say.
Oh yeah.
As they say.
Is she over in the Hawk House or what?
Yeah. Oh yeah. People were big fans of Mommy here. Oh, absolutely.
She could torture rack all
I
of us
bet
at
your
the same
boys
time.
are big fans of Mommy, aren't they, Hawk?
Let's get to a break.
They love Mommy.
What's going on?
She always
I don't
finishes on
know.
top.
He's giggling, talking about it. I figure I know what he was alluding to with his boys being big fans.
Hey, that's a stacked right before Mania.
That's huge.
I'm pretty pumped. And, you know, Cody Rhodes finally going to get a chance to have a fair conversation on our program.
Right.
Maybe win you guys over.
Who's you guys?
You guys.
See his blood in here?
What is it?
No.
It aligns with the bloodline.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We the one.
I don't think so.
There's
Only.
lines. There's lines
This
through this
does.
blood.
Are you guys going to tell him that to his
Tony.
face or no? You going to tell him that to his face?
Cody's face?
I already know what
Yeah.
I'm going to hit him with.
What are you going to say?
It's not something I'm going to say.
I'm going to hit him with a chair.
I'm going to get him so.
What?
Whoa.
Connor said he knows what he's going to hit him with. I said I'm going to hit him with a chair.
You're hitting Cody Rhodes with a chair
If
on
he's
Friday?
medically cleared.
Well, he wasn't medically cleared the other day. He showed up for the people.
You going, but he is medically cleared for...
Sorry. Cole told me that. He was like, he hasn't been medically cleared for tonight, but he will be medically cleared
Not get
this
people
weekend.
worried.
Are we sure? Like, how
After that beat
No,
down?
how do we know for sure?
we know? And then we're live. And then he's saying, Cody Rhodes has not been medically cleared tonight. And then he hits me. And I'm like, I mean, that's not how medical clearances work.
It'll be good to go by Saturday.
Tomorrow, though, clear.
They know.
He'll be there this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side with Rob Avila.
Yeah.
Stud.
Dog.
And then Pac-Man will try to give away some money from the program. Let's do a big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do 40 winners.
Oh, whoa.
What are you going to do?
Whatever.
SOB.
SOB, baby.
All the time.
Yes, sir.
How are we doing? How's SOB
We're
doing?
doing good. Doing real good.
We already talked about this about in Iowa.
Yeah.
They were chanting SOB in there.
SOB.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Sick.
it was echoing so much that it was fucking up our microphones. But it was awesome to hear that.
I know I was texting you live. I'm like, no, you ain't gonna see this, but yep, I'm loving this while y'all doing it.
It is. Yeah. Well, listen, it's a banger.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a banger. Another one coming out April
Yes, sir.
19th.
Yes, sir. Mary Jane. I'm in love with Mary Jane.
You know what he's talking about.
Hell yeah.
Good time.
You know what he's talking about.
Perfect for Saturday.
You know who he's talking about.
419.
Yeah.
What's the next day?
April 20th.
Oh, okay. I can figure it out.
You're talking about smoking marijuana.
I can figure it out.
I stopped smoking.
You did? Hey, congratulations.
Good for
Thank
you.
Did you?
Well, I can never do it in Indiana because it's not legal here.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I've decided when I travel to places where it's legal, not going to do it anymore.
Okay.
Just smoking meat now.
Whoa.
Balls.
What the hell?
Big balls.
I am thinking about getting back on a keto diet.
Okay.
Let's get to a break. We'll be back on the other side with some more bullshit. You're the greatest people on earth. Be a friend, tell a friend something. Oh, yeah, hey, legit, do it. Don't be hesitant
No.
Do what?
because wet wipes seem like a lot. Just get in and put it in your bathroom.
Yeah.
Simple.
And there's going to be times where you run out and you don't have any. Like if you're anything like me.
Oh.
Like there's a chance. That's why you get that mega pack, obviously, that they're selling. But then once you experience it, you'll be like, oh, this is what I should have been doing this entire time.
And that's when you know. When you run out and you
Yep.
don't have any within arm's reach and you have to go back to regular toilet paper, it's like, okay, I'm never doing this anymore.
Shout out to Dude Wipes. Big
Yeah.
day yesterday for Dude Wipes.
Love you, dude. Wife.
All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice about change your life. Take 5.
Well, nonetheless, as of February 1st, Pat McAfee is officially a contributor with WWE.
Living his dream to be a part of WrestleMania.
I want to see Pat McAfee tonight.
I've been preparing for this my entire life.
McAfee wins! McAfee wins! Pat McAfee has done it again. It's time to toast the boys and toast the brand. McAfee's wanted to drink beer with Stone Cold forever. Stunner!
There was a point in my life, all I could think about doing was professional wrestling.
Oh yes, Spinebuster! Think of your children. Oh, what a kick Hiddle just took out. And taking out the Miz. Oh, the punt to end this thing.
Hello and welcome to the special investigative report. Much has been made in the media world on the life and charitable donations of the man Pat McAfee, especially lately with the rise of the ever-popular Pat McAfee Show, a show that in his own words, stinks. We thought it privy to dive into the inner workings and machinations of this tiny business, this small regional show that has reached international discourse. We sat down with the suit himself, Bruce Brown, to figure out what, where, when, why, and how they're able to give away so much money to the viewers of this incredible program.
So yeah, when you enter a Pat McAfee Show giveaway, essentially, the entire hashtag will be downloaded into an Excel file, and the winners will be randomized within that. And then we do a quick scumbag check, basically click on the profile and make sure, you aren't a robot or blocked by Pat. And then it'll be transferred over to Dirty Gertie, who creates the Winner Wednesday graphic, which then runs on the show each Wednesday in a commercial break. If you win over $599, we're going to need your email, or you can email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. If it's under $599, all we need is the easiest way to pay you digitally. And if you win merch, obviously we need your size, address, and what you want from the store. Usually I'll just reply to you on Twitter. If you have any questions about any giveaway, whether it's cash that you either are waiting on or merch, you can just reach out to me on Twitter or email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. Please give us about 1 to 2 weeks to sort out your prize. That's typically how long it takes. But again, if you have any questions, just reach out to us.
We reached out to PMI's money man himself, CFO Phil, for an on-camera interview. Regretfully, he declined the segment, but he did give us the salacious, juicy details.
In an email correspondence, CFO Phil replied, over $4.5 million has been given away in giveaways year to date. Too much money. There you have it. Over $4.5 million given away, a pissed off CFO, and a show that quote unquote stinks. Good night, good morrow, good luck, and good fortunes.
What?
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pink!
Damn
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Championship Wednesday, April 3rd, 2024. Hour 3 of the program starts now. Sports are happening. Sports are fantastic. That man to my left, your right, is a college football national champion and a Super Bowl champion. You look good, AJ Hawk.
Thank you. Someone yelled very loud the whole sports situation. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, it was an excited NFL icon and rapper Adam Pac-Man Jones who is here. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt, a man who hosts Everything DB's Good D, Bad D, and the NFL Matchup Show. Darius J. Butler is here. And one half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here.
Yeah, Tony! Thought we were getting
Big Dumps Tone.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Diggsy Dumps.
It's on me. Yes, I did, Dan.
All right, see, that's very adult of you. Thought we were going to miss him. The whole angle of that was to hopefully get an empty chair over there so we could do a full moment of silence. Rest in peace. We missed him, but instead he comes back perfectly timed. Look at you, Tone.
Dude wipes in there just changes the experience, and it really just, I was such in a place of zen that it really just threw me off.
Hey, every once in a while you lose feeling in your feet, though. You get too comfortable.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, every once in a while I have to do the old, wow, I feel like I'm on stilts right now. Because what was going on through my butthole. You know. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who might be crowned champion in just a few days. His team, the Indiana State Sycamores, out of Terre Haute, Indiana. We're screwed, bamboozled, robbed by the NCAA and the March Madness bracket-making committee. The highest-ranked team in the history of the tournament that didn't make it into the tournament. Instead, sent to the NIT. What have they done there? Accepted the challenge, embraced it, and have been nothing short of dominant. Put up a hundo basically every single game. Incredible to watch. In front of the program, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Avula.
Yeah, Rob!
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Hey, last time we talked, you were in full uniform. It was awesome. You had just beat the NCAA 3-0 or 5-0 out here on the court, and you said, we're excited to be in the NIT. We're going to take this as an opportunity, and it has seemingly been electrifying. When the games were in Terre Haute, building was filled, place was going ape shit. Hinkle, you guys get a massive win. How has the NIT been, and how does the team feel right now, Rob Wave?
It's been a lot of fun. I can't lie. I think the team has been excited to be able to play, continue to extend our season as long as possible. And those 3 games in Terre Haute, were all sellouts. The crowd showed out. And even the game in Hinkle seemed like it was a home game. And so it was a sea of blue out there in the stands. And we're just excited to continue to play one more here. Hopefully go ahead and take it home.
How old is it a younger I should know more about the squad. That's we have a meeting, remember? You guys win a national championship. We got a meeting next week that we need to have a meeting. Need to have a meeting next week if you guys. How old is the team? A lot of return? How do we look going forward here?
We only got 2 seniors, so we'd return a lot of the team coming back.
I like that. That NIT win going in the offseason.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
I seen the NIL Collective send me a message. They're like, hey, excited, whatever you need from us or whatever. They got to hey, let's go. Big numbers. Got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar cooking over there. Go ahead, AJ.
Is that something you guys talk about, like the experience that this will give you guys heading into next season? Obviously, if you can come out with a championship here, like this is a lot of extra basketball you guys are getting to play together. I can imagine your coach and your teammates know how important that might be.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, being able to play as long as you can, for this season with a lot of guys that are going to return for next season, just continue to get that experience with each other and building that chemistry to kind of carry over into next year is big. Obviously, not many teams get to end their season on with a win, and so being able to do that to, go into next season is huge for us.
How do you feel? Body feels good?
Body feels amazing. We got the best staff out here. My trainers make sure we're all good.
Where are you at right now? You at a Chili's right now? It looks like a Chili's wall up there whenever we look.
And we just got out of a shoot around, so I'm sitting in a quiet room right now.
Oh, nice. How was the shoot around? Everything fall? No balls on the floor?
All good. We were all locked in, ready to go tomorrow.
Now, who do they have? You guys have
Seton Hall.
Seton Hall.
So that's tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. 7:00
at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
It'll be another good one.
The Hink.
Yeah, you're damn right it will. And you're favored going in there. Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Doesn't matter.
You are not.
Got
You are
the
the
dog.
underdog. Everybody thinks you guys stink. Everybody's been saying this Indiana State team is terrible. Connor's got a question for you, Rob.
Yeah, Robbie, have you kind of mentally prepared for what's going to happen once you guys do win this NIT championship? Like, have you started to practice emailing people back like, hey, go to hell. I don't want to go to Kentucky, John Calipari. Have you thought about that process? And is that overwhelming at all, or is that just something that you know comes with being Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Like you said, it kind of comes with it, but I've just kind of been able to focus on, trying to win this championship first. The team's really big on our meeting next week, and so we want to make sure that we get this job done before we start thinking about next season.
I saw a lot of local news people talking about what that meeting could potentially inevitably lead to. A little cart before the horse.
Mm-hmm.
No deals have been signed. No.
Shaking hands. Gotta get this job done.
Bingo. That is right. Just a meeting. That's all that's happening going forward. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Rob, just curious. Since the postseason and the NIT started, I mean, I know like your kind of status rose during the entire season, so it's not like you're just coming on the scene right now. But have teams in the NIT guarded you any differently than what you were facing in the regular season, or has it been kind of the same? I mean, obviously last night just dropping your nuts on Utah once again, but have teams guarded you any differently than they did during like league play and during the regular season?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of changed. Obviously last game they started in the first coverage, but I had 11 quick, and so they kind of had to change something, and so they went to a zone, and so teams try to change their defense all the time, just to try to change the way we play. But I think that's the special thing about our system is that no matter what defense you're in, we always have ways to kind of counter it, and it's not just me out there. Ryan had 27, erupted for 15 in the second, and so we're gonna go ahead and get the job done no matter what.
Hey, great energy on your team too. A lot of moxie.
Oh yeah. That's
on purpose, I assume?
Oh, for sure. We got guys with a lot of confidence, guys that know they can compete at any level, and so it just kind of builds together to get to us to where we're at.
Love that. D-But's got a question for you.
Yeah, I want to know what's the pregame routine? I saw a graphic earlier that said 60% from behind the arc. I don't know if that was this is insane. 79% from the field, 6% behind the arc. I saw that battle you had here in the Thunderdome with the NCAA. How much did that prepare you for this run? And what's the pregame routine for you?
First, that Thunderdome game was a tough one. Obviously NCAA couldn't really compete, but it got me to where I was at.
Worked hard, the guy.
What did the NCAA look like in your eyes? Just like an old beat up ship painter?
The guy worked hard.
But my pregame routine is kind of just trying to get the shots that I know I'm going to shoot in the game. Pick and pops are a lot, getting in the seams and just really, trying to emulate the game reps, before we start playing. And I think the biggest thing in my routine is listening to Rob Wave. That kind of gets me going.
Oh, nice. That's why you like Rob Wave.
Yep.
So
that's why I like Rob Wave.
Okay, so that's the same. Any new names since last time we chatted with you?
None. I mean, I know the Milt Chamberlain's been pretty big lately. That one's been pretty out there.
That's
a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's what the internet's the best. The internet is the absolute best. Ton's got a question for you.
Yeah, Robbie, has Oakley reached out yet? I mean, do we have an NIL deal for the goggles yet, or what are we working on?
Yeah, because these things look sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a set deal yet, but there has been a couple companies.
Okay.
I know Oakley is one of them. RexSpecs was another one. I think there's another bigger one that reached out, but we haven't signed nothing yet.
So I would say these are a very modern version of the RexSpecs.
Yes.
Yep. RexSpecs had its own genre back in the day. Like I think that's how most people would describe the during sport play. So Oakley could potentially come in,
For sure.
Oakley could take that thing over, right? Couldn't they? Right? We'd be open to that. We'd be okay with that.
Tint them up.
We can see it, whatever it is.
It could be tinted too, so it's like dark visor, like James Harrison.
Hey, because it does reach back. It feels like this should have been the answer the whole time when they were putting those big things on everybody here.
Worthy.
Yeah, I mean, back in soccer, I felt so bad like growing up. These kids would have these things on, and then I'd hit a ball pretty good, and then that would hit them.
Oh, yeah.
And then they'd take it off, and it was
Painful.
like they just got done shooting 2 rifles with like this. These are very,
painful.
it is very painful. These ones feel good. Do you ever have any issues with them?
No, they're not that bad. I don't get hit in the face too much, but when you get an elbow or something like that, it will leave a mark.
Fog up? These things, you spray them down.
I have them. There are certain kinds like it deals with the fog, so it doesn't fog up as bad.
Is that Rain-X or what is there? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defogger.
Spit on 'em.
What's your major? What are we majoring in?
Sport management.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yep.
What are we going to get into? What year of school you are right now?
An athletic director?
I'm a sophomore. Hoping to be something in sport. I want to coach after, but
Okay.
if not, I'll do whatever as long as it's within sports.
Well, you're going to play in the NBA.
Yeah, naturally.
For sure.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
probably 10, 15 years.
Yeah, or go own Lithuania, like we talked about with.
Yeah, we talked about playing overseas
Yeah.
where guys go play in different places.
Yep.
Eventually do that. So you want to get into coaching, huh? Do you think that's a big part of your game that I think people, when we first see, the big Milk Chamberlain on the court, it's like, look at that big son of a bitch moving back and forth.
Beast.
Oh, he's got Rex Specs Oakley's glasses on. Holy shit. What a dream, college basketball players. Then you're pulling up, and then you're in there and you're dishing and passing. It's like basketball IQ feels like something you would take a lot of pride in, yeah?
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, I'm not the most athletic guy, but I think I'm able to kind of use my IQ to kind of outsmart guys. See things before they happen, and kind of just be able to read everybody. And I think that's what gives me a little bit of an upper hand, is just being able to use that IQ to my advantage.
Any other schools offer you? What is out of high school? What were the opportunities?
A lot of my high school offers were mid-major, in the MVC conference, but at the ultimate decision, Indiana State was the right one for me.
Okay. When was the growth spurt?
I've been tall my whole life. I think I got to 6'8" when I was a sophomore in high school, and then 6'10" shortly after that.
First dunk was sophomore?
First dunk was my 8th grade year.
That's awesome. They have it on film?
I'm pretty sure they do. It's actually it's from my AAU team with Mean Streets, but it was a little bit ago.
Yeah, an 8th grader dunking. That's
Incredible.
always going to be a story.
Any other dogs on that squad?
Oh, we had a lot of guys. Even my final year, we had guys Ty Rogers at Illinois, Jalen Washington at UNC, Kareem Roziers at Duquesne, AJ Casey was at Miami, Cam Kraft, Xavier, Nick Martinelli was at Northwestern, RJ Taylor was at UNI. The whole team was full of them.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Speaking of teams being full, are you going to recruit Bronny to Indiana State?
I don't know what he's doing, but I'm going to leave that up to the coaches. They'll deal with the recruiting.
Smart. Hey, you just focus on ball.
Amen.
Big time championship.
Just trying to win this championship.
Yeah, and then, win that championship, cut the nets, tear down Terre Haute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Burn it down.
No, I mean, no physical, just good times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Metaphorically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Metaphorically.
Ice
tear
cold
down.
pops.
Yeah, ballyhoof. And
What?
I think that mayor's about it. I think that from what I've learned about the mayor will have a good time with you guys. That sounds like
He's big on. He's trying to get you out to the game.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
trying to get you guys there.
I know. He's like, hey, I need you here on this particular day. It's like, hey, bud, I'm literally in a different state. I am so sorry. But please know that although I have not been able to be at games, I'm watching more NIT than I've ever watched in my entire life, and it's strictly because of you
doubt.
and the Sycamores. So we appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, hey, let's get that meeting. You know what I mean?
Oh, let's get it done.
I'm going to have a big table.
Oh, yeah.
Put a bunch of seats around it. That's what we're thinking, boys. Have that thing well lit.
Yep.
Sit at the head of it.
Oh,
Maybe a circle.
well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sit at the head of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Avila. Thank you.
Robbo.
Yeah, local news. A lot of local news was like.
Saw that.
We'd like to run a report that you are going to be paying every Indiana State player this amount of money if they win the NIT championship. I was like, whoop, no. Almost got a school kicked out of the NCAA for that.
Yep. Never said anything.
Almost got a school kicked. Literally.
So, yeah, in Indy.
UIndy, the kid baseball player. And then when he graduated, he hit us up and was like, hey, can this happen? And then what we were being told is like, UIndy potentially faces some real
They'll put them on probation.
some real shit for it. So it's like a tough spot, which is bullshit. Everything is performance based.
Yes.
That is what NIL is. It is but you can't say if they win you'll get this because then it's pay for play.
Exactly.
And it's like
Incentivizing.
Okay, did I see the Golke with Buffalo Wild Wings before winning?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I love what Buffalo Wild Wings did, but also I like the fact that the boys in the sycamore tree over there are like, we got it.
Yeah, they get it.
It's like, it's a good team.
Good
Larry
team.
Bird
Great
won the
team.
games or what? Has Larry been anything?
I don't know. He said he hasn't talked to Larry.
I don't know if Larry Bird's rolling out of bed for the NIT. That's just me. I'm not 100% sure, but
What are you saying?
That's a safe assumption.
yeah, I mean, guy won 3 straight MVPs. He went to the NCAA March Madness tournament
Gold
championship, gold medal. Yeah, I mean, he basically took the Celtics back to the promised land.
Yeah, but the sycamore trees are about to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're about to do that.
I'm pumped about it too.
Yeah, and as soon as I said you got, and AJ, you asked about momentum in the next season, and then the next question was, hey, real world here, you're about to get emails from every big school, and they're going to offer you a lot of money to come play for them. And I'm just focused on right now.
Smart.
You've earned it, Rob.
Boy, Rob.
Are there rules on that? Like, can people contact his family or him directly now, or do you have to? Is there a certain window?
I think you have representation. I think because when Drake May, this was all happening with Drake. He allegedly, the story goes, didn't even see any of the offers, didn't want to see any of the offers, but the offers were coming into his people. So people were reaching out. I guess they find your representation or find your family, and then find your family.
They'll find
They
you.
find your family.
Find your family.
Listen, we got $2 million there, burn a hole in our pocket. We'd like to give to your
They'll
kid.
find. They've been finding families for a long time.
Long in basketball.
Everywhere.
Especially.
Yeah, but basketball.
Basketball, football, yeah.
Blue chips.
They've had a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Legit.
I've seen some documentaries
Great
about
movie.
8-year-olds, 9-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this kid's going to be good. Yep. Sign this deal. We'll get 40% of your money for the rest of your life, but we'll give you $100,000 right now.
Okay.
Done.
Deal. You're wearing Adidas shoes 5 years from now.
Like Wemby and Luka. They've been pros since they were 13, 14 years old.
That G League thing about Bronny is wild to think about because, in theory, it makes sense because it is NBA run, right? And LeBron is the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and guys have been getting drafted top 10 and out of the G League. For
And
the
you're
past
playing
couple
pro
years.
style basketball as opposed to college style basketball.
Pro coaching.
And you're able to make money, obviously. Bronny's going to make money regardless.
There are vets also who you're playing with that can probably give you some game.
Playing up under the system that you're gonna be playing under when you go up.
SportsCenter's Instagram will keep us updated.
Yeah.
They will.
Exactly.
They will.
Thank you, SCIG.
I'll make sure to follow.
Omar.
Yeah, that's Omar.
Oh,
Thank you, Omar.
Thanks, Omar.
thanks for your service.
I've learned more about the LeBron James family because of Omar and the SportsCenter thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's kind of like our Kardashians because of it.
Yeah, but I like
Really?
LeBron, so
Yeah, me too.
I don't mind learning and watching him on the driveway shooting the ball around.
Yeah,
Me neither.
some of the stuff he says.
I like that.
Are you saying you don't like the Kardashians?
Who?
They
You,
kinda
the
come
way you
off
said
way.
that.
I said that?
You said, but I like LeBron.
No, I'm just saying I know there's a chance that people potentially don't love that thing. I like it. Do I watch Kardashians? I do not. I do not watch Kardashians, but I know about them.
Especially.
I know about them.
Kim's been cruising around that Cybertruck. She loves it.
She's got a lot going on. She's back at Ye's concert with that naked lady. The
Bianca
together?
Sansouri?
yeah, they were at a thing with a thing. Yeah, they were doing it.
Oh yeah,
Together?
very
Boom.
cordial.
Watching the thing.
Northie loves Bianca.
Blended family.
Well, that's because Ye.
I don't think Bianca's parents love Ye, though.
Well, I did hear Dad say, "Listen,
Yeah.
you need to put some clothes
Yeah,
on."
stop showing your titties and your ass everywhere. I'm sick of it.
I did see that.
Understandable.
meme. Oh, speaking of that world, Taylor Swift's a billionaire.
Hey!
Yep. Big money. Big baby.
Those are B's. That's a B. That's a B in front of that. A billionaire. Congratulations. Why does they pay attention to Taylor Swift during football? Yeah, just right in front of her eyes. We just watched a billionaire happen.
Biggest star in the world.
Did you see the new article from People, too, about Kelsey?
Yeah, I don't like what they were doing to him.
He basically, well, no, it was great. He was like, hey, I'm living my life to the fullest right now. People used to say I'm glass half full, glass half empty. Right now, my cup is runneth over. That's how much I love life. And then there's pictures of him and Taylor down in the Bahamas.
Yeah, but what were they saying about him?
Well,
that was one photo.
What?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I didn't like that narrative they were trying to build.
They,
What?
they were saying,
Who's
they were
that?
saying he's out of shape. He's got a dad bod, is what they were saying.
Yeah, he was walking in the
come
water.
on.
Who need to be in shape right now?
Sure, it was
anyway?
That's
Weird
exactly what he
angle.
said. He
Weird
said,
camera
"Whoa,
angle.
it's March," but there was a photo of them sitting, and she's like this, with glasses on, and he's sitting there, and so
that
people are
one,
like, "Uh-oh, trouble in paradise."
No, they're
look
playing
out.
Backrack.
bingo.
She might have been singing too.
It wasn't baccarat.
They were playing baccarat. You're right.
You're sitting at a casino for a long time playing back. It was charades.
Yep.
Charades.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing.
Great.
Or she was
really good.
singing a nice little tune. Like,
So, hey,
That's probably what she was doing.
maybe.
she's not.
You saw what the Rock did to go.
So you can't do what you're doing there.
Can't.
That's what we're saying this whole time.
Come on.
I don't want to put Cody over without, let him know.
Still acknowledge.
Yeah.
Tony, you can be a crybaby. It's okay. We don't care.
Michael Cole's crybaby.
Yeah.
I don't want to side with Cole.
Why not?
Why? Because he stinks?
He's been on a bit of a scumbag run behind that microphone.
Cut a little promo on Common Monday.
Yeah, I didn't love that.
That's just low hanging.
Those always come out of nowhere. I don't like it.
It's like, hey, Cole.
You better answer the phone, Cole.
New material.
Cole, we're live. We're live. We're live.
Okay, we're live. We're live.
We're talking about Friday and you being a Cody crybaby all over our set. Tone Diggs also a Cody crybaby. He just won't admit it.
That's
Is there
not
a
true.
reason why you think some people won't admit they're Cody crybabies, like you, Michael Cole?
Well, first off, I'll admit I'm a Cody crybaby because I don't. Oh, there. Yeah, real nice. That's real nice. Yep, you get a national person like myself on your show for a change.
Those that couldn't see, Connor flipped off the
All I
camera.
do is flip me off. Hi, guys. What's up?
Hey, Cole.
What's up, Cole?
Hey, how come some people are scared to admit they're Cody crybabies like Tone Diggs is doing right now, Cole?
Because I don't think it's the cool thing to do. I think the fact that The Rock is back, that he's the biggest star on the planet,
Final boss.
that he commands $50 million a movie, that he's a hell of a bad guy. I think people think it's cool to like The Rock and Roman Reigns, and they don't want to come out and say that they're Cody. Cody is pure. He's that pure-blooded, Dusty Rhodes, son of the plumber, Cody Rhodes, trying to finish the story, and I think people don't think that's cool, especially with The Rock in the mix. But
That's cool with me. That storyline's cool with me.
Yeah.
That storyline's cool to me, the way you're selling it right there.
Well, there you go.
Well, what about me, though? I was born in 1987. I grew up in the Attitude Era. You were working
Why
then.
am I looking at the top of your hair?
Well, it doesn't matter what you're looking at. I'm talking to the speaker down here.
Shut up.
Yeah, don't you worry about the functionality of this. Just listen to the message. I grew up in the Attitude Era. The Rock's coming back to wrestle Roman Reigns.
Come on.
Yeah.
We got a full program here of The Rock and Roman. We're running this thing. Let's go. Who's the actual head of the table? And then Cody Rhodes. What'd he do, Cole? What'd he do?
He did what he had every right to do. He won the Royal Rumble this year, which allows him to pick
That's
whatever
right.
champion he wants to fight
That's right.
at WrestleMania. And he decided he wanted to fight Roman Reigns. End of story.
Yeah, but why'd he tell all his fans to go, wow?
Yeah, exactly.
Why'd
You
he
already
tell his
lost
fans
to him, Cole.
Why did he tell all the fans what?
To go, wow.
Cry.
Because The Rock is twisting the story.
No! What?
No.
The final boss?
Cameraman!
Final boss, Cole.
Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck that. Fuck
He
that.
wanted the highlight. He wanted the marquee. He wanted Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania. Main event Sunday night. Sorry, not going to happen. Cody Rhodes has every opportunity in the world to
bullshit.
pick Roman Reigns. And
He wanted. He didn't fucking earn it, Cole. He didn't earn it, Cole. The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson didn't earn it.
Yes, Dwayne The Rock Johnson has had one match in the last 8 years.
We'll see you Friday. Yeah.
Box office.
I'm sick of this guy.
Has he always hated The Rock? I don't get it.
Well, you can go back and look up some segments there.
Man.
I mean, has Cody ever stared the rattlesnake in the eyes? Has Cody ever stared the dead man in the eyes? I don't think so.
Has Cody ever
okay?
saved the freaking world?
Bingo.
Multiple times.
With one leg?
As we get out of here, sorry, Cole's just spilling his
Shout out
propaganda
Yeah, this guy.
all over the place. He caught a missile in that movie.
Yes, he did.
This will be the show on Friday, live from WWE World. I have no idea if tickets are available or if they are still available, but I do know we're going to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
And that man in the front, American Nightmare, has a chance to finish his tale. Maybe it's he doesn't like stories.
Maybe.
There you go.
Maybe he doesn't like to finish his story, so maybe we need to change.
Mission, maybe?
Finish his mission.
Man on a mission.
He's finishing his mission.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's on a mish.
Finish his mish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mission.
Finish the mish.
Finish the mish. Yeah.
He's on a mish.
What kind of role does The Miz have in Mania?
Well, he's right,
Right
there.
there.
He's
I know
right-
he's in a promo. He's front and center
He
here.
gets
No, he's not front and center. Come on, have a little
I
respect
think
for
he's
the guy.
hosting, right?
Well,
He gets winner, right, of Rhodes Roman?
He's over Triple H's left shoulder, our right shoulder. That is the Miz's shadow.
That's a silhouette, yeah.
You can see
Silhouette.
it.
That's him.
I got it.
Wanted to keep it a surprise, but he was like, well, I'm lying on the. You are. You're there. Congrats to the Miz, by the way.
Yeah,
congrats, man.
What a lineup.
Yeah.
And then the Miz is a part of that.
He's frontlining it.
All right, before we get out of here, Just like Sam Roberts said, because he was Amazon and he said, I'm on the front line here of services. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Sam Roberts.
You can't say that, Sam.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we learned about the front line.
Yeah.
Nurses.
Doctors.
Yep. Bingo.
Yeah, that was the year Fauci won Man of the Year over all of them. Forgot about that until right now.
Let's get to a giveaway, shall we?
What did he win?
Huh?
Time Magazine Man of the Year over all the nurses.
Yeah, but have you seen the people that have won in the past?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Adolph.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Puttin.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are calling Dan Vladimir yesterday because he beat Putin.
Ooh, I like that.
Well, right now, I don't know if you can do that.
Vlad Orlovsky.
Vlad.
Kind of roll off the tongue. Yeah.
Did you hear what they were saying his favorite Canadian food is?
What's that?
Poutine.
Poutine is only available. Cole just called back.
Scumbag.
We're not calling you. We're calling somebody else. Who are we calling?
Dan.
Vlad.
Vlado.
Vlado.
Vladio.
It's Tuesday.
What a life, dude. This is, look at him.
Oh.
Look at this.
I just shit my pants.
There was an inspiring story, though, I heard at the grocery store last night when I was definitely there.
That is cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
That is cool. You are a big Tuesday night, let's hit the grocery store guy.
Yeah, go always and do stuff.
Always happens.
Dan, we're live. Dan, we're live.
What's up, man?
Well, we're just recapping the last 24 hours, and I mentioned about the one thing that I saw is that they're calling you Vladimir because you beat Putin. And now Connor said that he will only refer to you as Vlad Orlovsky. So if you would like to say you like that or not, I think now would be a good time.
Vladdy!
How's 24 hours been, Dan?
No, it's been a busy 24 hours on the old telephone with a bunch of text messages. I actually liked Danny Dumbs better these days. Just to be honest.
Okay. Oh, there's multiple options there.
Vlado just comes up.
I had a how do I say this? I had a group reach out to me and say we would like to maybe do something with the situation. And our thought was you could say, hey, yeah, I farted, but just in case that happens, they're here for me. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to say that because I didn't.
Liar! Dude wipes. Yeah, do it. You should do it. Dude wipes, good people.
Yeah. Adult diaper.
They seem to be great people, but yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
No, also,
Dan, if you're rocking off shit pants on national TV, you should do that.
Come on.
What are we doing, Dan? You're picking your teeth? Sign the deal. What are we even talking about?
Stop lying.
I'm not lying.
Well, if you're an animal, you wouldn't be a lion. You'd be a shitter. You look at this.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at it all around the world. They were talking about you. Literally overseas. They were talking about you right alongside Luke Littler.
Yeah, exactly.
What were they saying over there?
They say Dan Orlovsky pooped his pants, but that's okay because he's kind of like the nuke now. He's dropping nukes in his pants instead of throwing them into dart balls.
See that? That's what they're saying over there, man. You're international. Your farts are international.
I usually avoid the comment section of Twitter just because, section of Twitter. But yesterday I dove into it a little bit, and there was a lot of comments from people that ranged from "This is amazing, I needed this laugh" to "This guy's the biggest idiot on television."
Oh, I saw a lot of that last one.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's a very nice algorithm you got. All right. Hey, it was hilarious. I cried till I laughed. It's one of the best moments in our show's history, so we appreciate it.
I was getting text messages from people, and literally it was people felt bad for me. I went and played basketball today. Immediately, like 3 guys came up to me and were like, "We got to ask," and I was like, "No." Yeah.
Did he get buckets though?
Yeah, Jay, how'd you play? How'd you play?
I played really good to the last game. Then I got tired.
Yeah.
He's fasting. I don't know if you know he's not eating.
Don't do that.
That's a new thing. He just doesn't eat.
Ran out of gas.
It kills you.
Eggs the way Gordon Ramsay cooks eggs, so I just smacked 6 eggs.
Yeah, so you definitely farted. Thank you. All right, see ya.
Yep.
Yeah, we knew it.
Yep.
He just outed himself.
Boom.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Fucker.
Man.
What a life he's had.
Yeah.
Such a loud fart, though. Like, very loud.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cartoony.
Unbelievably.
Yeah, it really was.
Makes sense why people thought that we set it into, like, that we made a sound effect of a fart noise.
Especially with the dude wipes.
Yeah, exactly.
Would have been a
Great
good work.
composure though in the moment to not even blink. He just in his brain. He's like, they didn't hear that.
That was an SBD. It was silent for sure.
It also would have been better if he would just been like, "Oh fuck, I'm so sorry."
Just acknowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
If he was
Right.
I did not see that coming.
Exactly.
All right, Pac-Man, what are we doing for a giveaway? What do you think?
Sweet sweatshirt.
It is. Hey, the FC Cincinnati swag has been complimented a lot.
I like that.
What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, it's you.
You tell us.
It's been quick.
I do believe.
going on, guys?
I do believe that they reacted because you.
We're waiting for you.
You are very, you're very taken aback by the question, as if we do need to figure this out. Because 40 winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
40 winners.
I asked you that. What are we doing?
Do
What-
something.
what do you
Like
think?
4 putts one time.
I don't know. Pick it.
All right.
Have you been golfing?
The basketball hoop has not been friendly. I don't think. Have you been golfing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's putt.
Let's make some putts.
Yeah.
Let's make some putts. There is a plethora of putters.
7 balls.
There are a plethora of putters that are available. There is more balls available now because the boys are trying to get ready for golf season. So there's been more work on the putting, more specifically about 3 people in the entire office. But they are working. They are working,
Yeah,
and it is
respect it.
awesome to see. All you'll have to do there is go 3 of 7.
Yep.
3 of 7 for 40 winners of $500. Pat, can you hear us right now still? Yeah. AJ, you have anything to say to Pat here before he embarks on this putting journey?
Just make the first 3 and then just go 7 for 7.
Okay,
idea.
hey, okay,
Good
I like that,
idea.
AJ. That's a good mindset. D Butch, how do you? I know you're Butler Birdies.
Just trust your line. Trust your line.
Trust your line.
Yep.
Trust your line. FC Cincinnati, great fit today. Great MLS team. Are they playing in this Open tournament?
I don't think they got invited.
They're not in it yet. I think later in the tournament.
Rolled it out of the building. That one a little.
Putt, though.
It's all right.
Good aggressive putt.
That was a good aggressive.
good.
You
It's a
got
good
nothing
football.
but time here.
Find the line. Find the line.
Got to go 50% from this point forward.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Boom. We are
Good roll.
Come on,
1
Pac.
for 2.
On pace.
Redo it.
40 people, $500. All Pac-Man's got to do is bury 2 more putts. Is this the one?
Get in there.
Yes, it is.
Let's go.
Back to back for
Style.
Pac-Man Jones. He lives on a golf course, has been golfing, and immediately said, yeah, when he was asked if he'd been golfing. Very confident. All he needs to do is make that one.
That was a good line. That was a good line.
Good line.
He goes 1 of 3 here. 40 people win $500. That's 20 grand.
Damn. Oh, you gotta hit it. You gotta hit.
Let's go.
Incredible.
3 of 5.
Hey, that was like your best putt, actually. That last
Never
one.
doubt.
That last putt was your
Let's
best
go.
one. Nice touch. Nice roll. Nice
Never
win. For 40 people of $500, all you do is repost this post, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay you digitally, and you could be one of 40 winners. Congratulations, Pat.
Boy, Pat.
Shout out to PXG.
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to who?
PXG.
Oh, yeah, PXG Putter, obviously.
Clean.
PXG Troop. We love PXG's clubs. We like the PXG company. And we love the fact that 40 people just won on this glorious Wednesday. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this every single day. You're the greatest people on earth. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.